Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first offline test regional event for the One Piece card game here in Hampton, Virginia, hosted by the Booster Box. I'm the Luffy TCG.
I'm Trev, and I'm Broken TCG.
Yeah, and we're super excited. We've got 381 players here, and we do apologize about the audio issue before. We should have that resolved now. And 381 players just going.
Decent size for a first.
That's what I'm saying. For a first event, everybody, I think it sold out the day of. The day of. Everybody was really excited to not only just have an offline event that is, a little closer to home. There is, a big scene here that people really enjoy the game and are having a lot of fun. So we're excited to be bringing that to us. And yeah, tell us a little bit about the Booster Box here.
The Booster Box is a local card shop here in Virginia Beach, very close to Hampton. So it was only about 20 minutes for us.
Yeah.
About 20 minutes. And it's a local shop that just wants to go above and beyond for the community and just be a brand new TL, potentially working with Bandai. And like we said, this is a test event.
Yep.
So hopefully everything goes good today, and so we have future events here for more East Coast events.
Yeah. I think as a whole, we've been seeing some in Florida. I know that there was, I believe, some in New Jersey, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and slowly but surely, we're starting to see a lot more, because we have seen a lot of Midwest as well as Western events.
Yeah.
But just as a whole, getting more, not only offline, but online events for players to compete is just fantastic. And speaking of competing, they are competing for some fantastic prizing today.
Prizing today is crazy.
Incredible. I mean, the offline and online regional prizing is amazing. We've got top 8 getting the Serial Shanks as well as the Monkey D. Luffy from Starter Deck 10, if I'm not mistaken, the 10 cost Rush. Yeah, and I mean, tell you what, that card looks fantastic. And so then we also have the top 16 being the Law from Starter Deck 10 and top 64 getting their hands on the Eustace Captain Kidd 7-drop. And I might have just picked one up the other day, and I'm pretty excited about that.
This guy right here.
That card is looking good. It's looking pristine, but
even the participation.
Yeah, the participation's amazing. Yeah, I mean, you've got incredible packs in there. Everybody's
the Gear 5 Luffy.
The Gear 5 Luffy Dawn.
Everybody
I almost forgot about that. Yeah,
everybody's looking for that Gear 5,
Yeah. But I mean, as far as the prizing, we've seen some really big names come out from all over the country to compete in this event. A lot of, the players here have been local, but we've also, I think it was just a few minutes ago, I got to catch up with Jackson Huang, one of the, the second place national champion here in North America, as well as third place at the World Championship.
So we got some heavy hitters.
Heavy hitters. Yeah, we've been able to see quite a few people, as well as got to catch up with my man Vampire Gaming as well. He was enjoying some Gecko Moria, so we're going to see if he's going to be doing well today also. But speaking of, maybe just the leaders, we've got a pretty nice leader breakdown of all of the different,
most definitely.
Yeah, all of the different leaders that are being played today in the event. And I believe that the most represented ended up being Katakuri at 69.
Just below is Gecko Moria.
Gecko Moria.
I was thinking that we're going to have more Gecko.
Yeah, I was expecting more Gecko, but this makes sense. I mean, I feel as though seeing Gecko Moria, Katakuri, and Sakazuki, they seem to be the top 3 that have really just been working their way through the meta. I don't find it surprising. I will say I'm a little surprised that there's more Yamatos than Sakazuki.
That is true. We only got one. We have, all right, yeah. We only have one extra person.
That caught me off guard. I won't lie.
That one extra person might get there,
That's true. That's very true. I'd love to see that we have some Reiju representing. I think that Reiju is definitely in that, that tier 1.5, tier 2 deck list. That's where you kind of find the Yamatos and the Reijus. So
I'm a fan of Reiju.
Yeah, Reiju's amazing. It's
I like the draw power. I just like the draw power of it. And
absolutely.
The fact that you're able to spam characters on the board.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good.
Incredible. And Starter Deck Law as well. I think this is going to get a massive boost in EBO1. So just the fact that we do have a bunch of players that are representing Law and, just excited about, maybe the future of that deck here in about a month's time, because I think EBO1 is launching in the beginning of May. I believe it's May 5th or May 3rd.
So About a month.
Yeah, we got about a month
About a
until
month.
then, yeah. But fantastic breakdown of the leaders being represented today. And yeah, I mean, it looks as though obviously Gecko Mori and Katakuri are going to be topping the charts right there.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as predictions for today's event, what are we
Who's going to
thinking?
take it?
Who's going to take it? Maybe who
Or do you
you
want
see?
to see like in the finals?
Yeah, who do you see? Who do you see in the finals? Who do you see maybe in the top 8? You know, what are you expecting?
All right, top 8.
Okay.
I mean, no, let's go see top 4. Let's say
All right,
top
top
4.
four. Make it
Because top
easy.
8 is just
Make it
too
easy.
vague. You know what I'm saying? Top 4, I'm definitely going to see a Katakuri,
Sure.
a Gecko. Category? You think a Nell might slip in there?
Ooh.
We only have 9 players. We just saw the chart. We only have 9 in Nells.
That's fair.
But I don't know the standings of what Nell's doing right now.
Yeah.
But, you never know.
They could slip in there.
'Cause
Yeah.
you know how yellow does.
It does things.
Yellow
It does things.
Yellow
Yeah.
does things. But I believe that we're going to have...
So Gecko Moria Katakuri. We just going with one of those or
Nah, I'm going to say a no.
a no? Oh, that's right. 3.
No. You
Okay.
never know.
Okay.
I'm going to say a no.
That's fair.
And, yeah.
Maybe a Sakazuki in there?
Oh, yeah. Soccer.
Yeah.
Soccer.
Yeah.
Soccer.
See, I think that we do have some really strong players playing Sakazuki today, so I would not be surprised to see that in the finals. But I would not be shocked to see Gecko Moria either. Now, I do think that Katakuri is going to have a run for its money. I do think that slowly but surely, people have been figuring out that Katakuri matchup.
Yeah.
It's taken a little bit. I think that Katakuri was dominating at the start of OPO6 because it felt like they did get such a massive buff. So seeing some of that has been really interesting. And
Especially like from last week's
Yeah.
events, webcam.
yeah,
People just learning. Just every event, people are just evolving their deck list and
Yeah.
maybe switching off the decks to just play another deck. But you never
Yeah.
know, man. That cat, it's always cat.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say. The cat category and that yellow color is just very, very strong.
it is.
But
Yeah.
Gecko Moria is giving this run for his money.
All right. So before we get into round 1, who's winning it? I'm going with Gecko Moria.
Gecko,
Who do you think's taking the whole thing home?
I'm going to say cat.
Katakuri. All right.
I won't be that guy. I won't be
Okay.
that guy. You
All
hear
right.
that, guys? I'm going to be that guy.
I respect
I'm going to say Katakuri is going to win. Just by sheer numbers also. You
I
never
respect
know.
it. I like it. And I guess, we'll have to make a gentleman's bet on it. There we go. There we go.
You hear that?
All right. And now we're going to hop into round 1 here, and it looks as though we are going to have a Gecko Moria versus Hody Jones.
Hody, guys.
Hody Jones to start us off. This was one of the decks that we didn't see probably being represented as much, but Hody Jones is a sleeper. I mean, this deck can perform. It does feel as though you have to see very important cards at very important turns, though. So we'll see if Steve here can do well with the Hody Jones. But looks as though Russell's going to get us started with 1 Dawn and go ahead and pass it over.
All right, what do you want to see for turn 1 for Hody, you think?
I feel as though Kane right there.
There we go,
Best play.
searcher.
Yeah. You're looking for the top 4. You're trying to see as much of your cards, as much of those like Fishman and Merfolk cards as possible. So Kane is just a fantastic card here. And it looks as though we're going to pick up Hachan, the 2K counter. And obviously having the winner Hachan as well, just to spruce it up a little bit.
So this might be his main deck since he got some winner cards.
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, Kame, again, turn 1, 2 to take a look. I mean, that's a pretty decent start. Hachan's solid, and it looks as though we're picking up, I believe this is Dosun.
So you're a Russ guy. I have to
Yeah.
read these cards. So,
I believe that was Dosun that was picked up there. And yes, it is. Yep, Dosun is a 1K counter that has a when attacking, being able to gain plus 2,000 and being I believe it's unKOable in battle.
all right, Russ, go ahead and use that Gecko
Yeah.
Moria effect. Go ahead and place that Perona from the drop.
Yeah, and we're definitely gonna have to force a card from hand here. So gets rid of the 0 cost event.
Easy pitch. Six towards his leader.
Yeah, I mean Hody's healthy.
Yeah.
5 life leader, a 6K this early. I feel as though just taking that's perfectly fine.
Like, granted, there's a lot of effects that Hody, his character cards take their own life, but with Hody's effects, they don't have to take their own life with
Right.
with his character cards.
Right,
That extra
exactly.
tax doesn't matter really.
Yeah.
With the leader effects.
Yeah. And it looks as though he's going to play a Hyozu. I believe it's a 4-cost 6K. And this is when you can activate main, you can rest a 4-cost or less. It allows the character to gain plus 1,000. And yeah, and then obviously, like a lot of these Fishman cards are very similar in the style that they do require you to add one to your hand from life. But if you use Hody Jones leader effect, you can just kind of negate that as a whole. But we're going to see Russel using the Helm Epo. Yeah, just go ahead and get that card off the board. More than likely an Absalom here to be pitched. And yes, it is.
Go ahead and mill those 2 cards, baby.
Yeah.
Play that Absalom, KO that card.
Yeah. A little unfortunate to see the Sabo get trashed there.
Swing
but
with Verona.
yeah. So we'll see 5 with a Perona as well. He just uses that Dosun that he picked up off of Kami earlier. Very easy counter.
All right, let's see what Steve does.
Yeah, what is Hody Jones looking for here? I feel as though, you know, getting some of Hyozu onto the board as well as Hody Jones in the 7-cost Hody Jones in the later stages of the match is very nice.
What is he playing with, a Chu?
It looks like Chu. I believe this is to KO a rested 4-cost. So, I believe it was a card from OPO 3, if I'm not mistaken, back when we had the Kuro build.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Chu is very nice, not only because of I believe this is just a great card against the Gecko matchup, just because of being able to get that off trigger and KOing, you know, the onslaught of 5 costs that are rested on Gecko Moria's board is just fantastic.
It seems like, let's see if you can see what we have. Yeah, I mean, Russ has a lot of options in his hand.
Yes, it looks as though he's got the 8-cost Moria for the following turn, so he can just use this turn to set up and, you know, potentially get down like either a Kuzan or a Borsellino. But
and Steve goes ahead and...
Was that a 0-cost?
Yeah, 0
counter?
cost to get out of a 5.
Wow. Oh, that is...
Oh, he has only 2 cards in hand.
2 cards in hand. That is telling a story. That is unfortunate. I feel like 2 cards might have been a little much.
Yeah.
Right there.
I might as well just taken that hit.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was definitely I mean, I understand maybe just trying to think if he perhaps thought Russell might do a large swing with leader here to get him down to 2 life, but it does seem a little
he is a
little
4,
aggressive.
though. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna have to take this, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Looks like a
No
5K. We could potentially see with 7 Dawn, Helm Epo attacking here, or potentially a Sabo play if he does have it in hand.
Okay.
Looks as though we're just gonna rest 2. Yep.
Plays the brand new. Go ahead and mill those cards for him. And the good thing about the Gecko Moria deck, you do want to have a lot of cards in your drop area.
Yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead and play that.
Yep, we'll just see Borsellino and going ahead and passing. Love the regional Borsellino too. I still think that is one of the best looking cards.
How much is that?
It's a pretty penny. It's a pretty penny. But it is one of the most gorgeous cards in the game, in my opinion. Like that and the Kuzan just look fantastic. You know, that's what I love about like these regional events. They do not miss on these top 64
and the artwork
placing
is
cards.
crazy.
They are so good. Yeah. But Hody Jones is staring down a little bit of a frightening board here. Only potentially having, I believe, 4 cards in hand now, right? Because we were at 2, we took the life and then drew for turn. Yeah. 4 cards doesn't leave us with a lot of options.
In the Hody Jones archetype currently, like, what could potentially he play right now? Because the Hody Jones himself it's a 7 cost?
7 cost, yeah. 7 cost with 8,000. I'm not sure. Okay, this is looking like he's using the leader effect. Maybe this is just a 5K swing.
Just going for
That's
5.
the tough part about the Hody Jones effect is, you have to rest the leader. So right now, maybe just looking at this, it could be a 5K. It looks as though it was just a 5K
7.
and he counters very easily.
You're going 7.
Yep.
Blocks with the Borsellino, saves it.
Yep. And now Arlong. So this will target leader, not allowing leader to swing next turn. Although that isn't really going to do much against Gecko Moria for right now, because this is where you're going to be seeing 8 cost. So leader effect is kind of inconsequential. As much as getting Arlong onto the board does feel nice, just the effect isn't feeling maybe as useful per se.
Yeah, because it doesn't really need to use the Gecko Moria attack effect, because he's just going to go ahead and slam that Gecko Moria, that 8 drop.
Exactly, yeah.
And so that floodgate effect of the Arlong, it's not really relevant right now.
Right.
But that Absalom is going in.
Absalom is doing work right now. It is. It's getting a 2K out of hand as well
Each turn.
So I mean, that was a Zeo or a Zeo that we just countered out with.
Oh yeah, 2 drop.
Yeah. It does look as though Russell has the hog back. I'm just trying to think of, what are the plays with 8 cost Moria here. Potentially seeing an 8 cost into a hog back just to get back a card, get a little value off of the 8 cost. Or we can get, perhaps a little more aggressive with, with our board. We know that the opponent's only got 1 card in hand. Definitely looking up on resources right now, so.
Yeah. I mean, everything's resource based, but I think you're just trying to get all the value of his cards on board right now, and he just swings for 5.
Yeah.
And he takes it.
Yep.
Go ahead and play that Brook.
Brook, get rid of Arlong. Like it. I think Brook is such an interesting choice in the Gecko Moria.
So tell me what's about the Brook again.
So Brook is the 6 cost that forces your opponent to place a 4 cost or less into trash. It does not KO the card. So it's a very, very strong removal card because it can get rid of stuff such as Borsellino, Sabo, any of those cards that are protected by KO effects. It just force trashes them, and that is extremely nice in the mirror matchup.
Oh, that's strong. That is very,
yeah.
very strong.
It's also a play that, on the even curves that, maybe you wouldn't have in your typical Moria list. Oh, this is a strong commitment here. That was I believe a 5K, or no, 6K swing into Helmeppo and into the brand new. And 7K into life.
Granted, it's clearing cards, but that Borsellino's still there.
Yeah, this is not looking very good for our Hody Jones player. This is about as bad as it could be. I believe it's looking like 3 cards in hand. I don't believe Russ has to. I don't believe he has to commit much here. This might just be a simple 7K swing. It could even just be a 5. Yep.
5, yeah.
Yeah, just pitch a card from hand, and we get the Vanderdecken. That's the one card that made me interested in trying out Hody Jones, but yeah, very, very interesting card.
Vanderdecken is able to KO any card that's rested by pitching a Fishman or
yeah, I believe it's Fishman or Noah's Ark, the trigger, if I'm not mistaken.
Very, very strong card just for 2 Dawn. Really.
Oh, it's incredible removal, but it's
very
definitely
archetype.
Yeah, archetype exactly.
To Hody Jones. Really.
Exactly.
We're going 7 towards lead.
Yep. Using that leader effect. Finally getting a Lucci into hand. That's always, or into trash. That's very nice. But
milling
hog back
and
here.
playing that hog back.
Yeah, just gets back to injury.
Recycling those 2 cards.
Yep, and just getting a 2K here. We're comfortable, you know. 4 Dawn for a Lucci, getting rid of both Kamies, and that is
strong.
Very bad for Hody Jones right now. Granted, I don't believe that those cards would have made such an impact at this point in the game, but Yeah, that's pretty rough. That
See
is
what
pretty rough.
see what Hody Jones does. Wade currently has 2 cards in hand.
I believe three. I
Oh,
believe
three.
yeah. But it's just not looking like he's seeing some of the pieces he wanted to. And the pieces that he was able to see was pretty much got removed immediately. I mean, we saw the Absalom into the brook to remove not only, what was it, Hyozo and Arlong.
Yeah.
So that's pretty rough. That is pretty rough.
Seems like he's using leader. No.
5 to lead. Oh, I see. No, excuse me.
He's
This is going to be
using
using leader effect to
Yeah.
rest a Dawn. And he does have the Hody Jones.
So he
I
can
don't
rest
believe
up to two cards.
Yeah, I don't believe this is going to be the saving grace that he needs, though. So he doesn't have to take the life, which is nice at least, because of leader effect. But this 9K swing, more than likely just going into like the rested Borsellino or the Brook. Yeah.
I'll go for that Borsellino.
Yeah, Borsellino is definitely, it feels like the more annoying threat to have, but yeah, this is going to be a simple math win right here. 2 cards left in hand. Taking the trigger here, getting a chew, KOs Rob Lucci, but that is going to be all she wrote. Rest on leader, and good game. Yeah, Russel LaParre taking game 1 right there. And yeah, I feel like Hody Jones was an interesting pick for this tournament. I don't think that I expected to see much of it, but it is interesting. I think it's a unique deck.
It's just good to see, people will still play diverse decks.
Oh yeah. Yeah, just having diversity makes the game much more fun.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of the day, personally, I'm taking whatever deck I'm having the most fun with to an event.
Yeah.
Like I want to compete, but if I'm having the most fun with a deck that I believe I can win with, I'm gonna do it.
Especially you don't want to play so many different mirror matches.
Oh man, let me tell you. Let me tell you, the Gecko Moria mirror matchup is something. But I did enjoy my games because I was able to kind of pick some off on the mirror matchups. But I think we're gonna end up seeing a few today. Yeah.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Definitely.
We're gonna try and keep the games as diverse as possible, though. We want to make sure that every deck is hopefully showcased, from some of those leader breakdowns that we had earlier. And yeah, I'm super excited to see what we have in store.
I mean, that's one reason why we chose Hody Jones, because I was like, oh, let's go ahead and choose that, get that out the way.
Yeah, that's exciting. And yeah, I think we're looking forward to a lot of the potential Reiju, Gecko Moria, and Sakazuki matches. Yeah, I know that we're going to be definitely experiencing some Katakuri and NL, but we will be back shortly for round 2, and we'll see you guys here shortly, all right?
All right, catch you guys later. Don't go nowhere, for real.
All right, and welcome back to round 2, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Yamato as well as Gecko Moria matchup here. I think you got aggression versus going wide as possible. I think that is going to be a very interesting one. And who do you think is going to take it on this?
Off the rip, I'm going to say Gecko.
Gecko?
I'm going to say Gecko just because, that 5 life compared to that multicolor leader strain of just having 4 life.
Yeah.
That might just come in handy.
Absolutely. I think that the Yamato can do well into this matchup, but you have to see key cards. You have to see Onami. Being able to banish 2 of those cards from Gecko's trash is very important. Just keep them low on those resources, and if not, you're still forcing out multiple cards from hand.
That double tag will come in handy.
Oh, it will, 100%. And I think that's going to be very important in this match, as well as seeing blockers for Gecko Moria. I know Hody Jones gets around that, but as long as you can stay healthy, stay in that 2 life range, potentially, you're going to be looking pretty good if you have a blocker or 2 up.
Yeah, the blocker's going to matter, especially with the Sabo and the Borsellino.
Yeah. I know that Hody Jones, says,
we don't care about that.
We don't care about
Let's
that.
rest those cards.
Put those to the side. But it's it's still very good odds for Moria if they're able to get those blockers established and then maybe cycle out some of their dead cards with the Sabo effect and draw into some more counter power. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see if this Hody, if they do pick, they should be playing Hody, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all right.
100%.
All
I mean, I think even the Fortress build runs Hody, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I believe.
The Fortress is with the
8-cost
kid.
kid. Yeah, so that'll actually be, that's an interesting point, whether we'll see Fortress Yamato or we will see the more aggressive, like Sky Island style.
Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see if we
Yeah.
get.
Let's
Get
hop
that.
straight into that match. See what he's got. Oh, perfect. And he's got that beautiful altar Yamato right there as well.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah. I pulled that out of one of my boxes, and it might have been one tear that fell from my eye. You know, very happy.
At first, I thought this Yamato was a fake art because the eyes.
Oh, I know.
The
Yeah.
eyes were just so it pops. I was like, is this like a real
Yeah.
official artwork?
That's very true. Yeah, because it does like you look at it and you love, like, I love the artwork personally, but it does look very different to how Yamato is portrayed in
the actual anime and manga.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but I mean, come on, those, you know, we've got Treasure Rare Onami.
Oh, baby.
Treasure Rare Onami is that's an interesting take on Nami.
Okay. Yeah. We got the Yamato with the Yamato sleeves also.
Oh yeah, he's got it. He's got all of them. It looks as though Yamato's going to keep the hand, so feeling pretty confident about that. If I'm not mistaken, I think that Gecko Moria won the dice roll here. So I believe we have, Mathew is going to be, I'm imagining taking first in this matchup. I feel as though taking second is...
You want the first swing, though.
You really want the first swing. You don't want to have to deal with your opponent having that, and you can potentially get cards down that will be very helpful for you. It also allows you to get to that 5 Dawn Sabo play a little bit sooner. Yeah, and so Gecko's going to take first here.
All right.
There's
the fist bump.
Yep, fist bump of friendship. That's a good one.
All right, just go ahead and pass this.
No Sindri play.
Yeah, nothing. Go ahead. Tap 2.
Hiyori. Love it. Love it. Setting up that life for something important here. So getting to draw one off the top. And
stacking anything you want.
Exactly, yeah. So we could be stacking.
Very, very strong.
Yes. And I mean, the following turn, we might see a 9K swing and then have a potential, why am I forgetting the name of it? Kikunoju on the top of that life right there. So that would be very strong play for Yamato here.
Seems like he's hesitant to use the Moria effect already.
Yeah.
Oh,
interesting. I like this. I like this because
8K swing.
I think he's calling his opponent's bluff. Oh, and it wasn't what he was thinking. He was thinking it was Kiku, and it actually ended up being Cracker. Yeah, so this is actually very, very good for Yamato here. It's a great start.
So with the Cracker, right, if you have less life than your opponent, it has
plus 1,000 and double attack.
Double attack. So you have a double attack with the Cracker and with the leader.
Yeah, that is terrifying, actually.
Especially earlier on in the game.
Oh, you know what would be fantastic here is using, perhaps using Onami to, you know, it doesn't hit the same. I was gonna say maybe using Onami to swing 7, and then once he gets down to 3 life, you can use your leader effect to bring out those 2 rested onto Cracker, but you still don't get the double attack with Cracker because they would be equivalent on the life, but. It's still a great play, but
it seems like we're swinging 7.
I believe 8.
Oh, that's right. The Cracker gains 1,000.
Yep.
So swinging 8 towards Gecko with a strong 8 early in the game.
Yeah, that's tough. That is tough. I mean, you're gonna have to drop 2 2Ks, and more than likely, we're gonna see Sindri. Sindri, Sabo, and Absalom.
3 cards out the hand already.
And now a 7 at life. We're definitely gonna be taking that. Yeah,
no triggers also.
That's
I don't think Moria played a lot of triggers.
I don't think this was the correct order to do this though. I think that he should have taken the 8K swing double attack. Yeah. He would have gotten 2 cards out of life that could have potentially defend out of the 7K. Yeah, that would have been, I don't know. This seems like maybe a little bit of an oversight here.
I mean, granted, he does have character cards to play potentially from the leader now. So.
Right. I mean, that's still very useful. Dealing with Cracker here though does seem like it could be very important. I don't know. Ice Age is a lot, but we do have Absalom and Trash, so we are just going to use that. Bring down Cracker and
I was swing 7 at
this is
leader,
going
right?
live.
Yeah, leader.
Yeah, 7 life and then an Absalom to KO.
Play the Absalom. Get rid of that Cracker.
This might be going down to 2 life Yamato here, but if there is another solid trigger on top, I mean, this would not be bad to take and potentially get the jackpot.
Got the Okiku.
Wow. All right. That is the jackpot right there. That is a massive momentum swing for Yamato as well. Just having that for, a turn and now removing that for Gecko Moria is so unfortunate. Like, you don't want to, but you almost feel as though you have to this early in the game.
So when the Okiku gets KO'd?
Yeah, KO'd.
You get the heal life from your top of your deck, right?
Yeah, yep.
If your opponent is 3 or less life.
Exactly. And so it just happens to be like the perfect trigger to get right now.
Exactly. And it feels like it punishes your opponent.
Oh, 100%.
Just for
playing the game.
Playing the game. I was like, I'm just going through the motions and, just because,
it's strong.
It's strong.
It's very, very strong. And now the 6K swing.
Asking for a 2K out your opponent's hand.
Right. We've already dropped a 2K as well as 2 1Ks. So this could be a little tricky. He's going to take. It does not feel comfortable going down to. This is interesting.
Now you think the 6? I think I'm going to hit more harder.
Yeah, I feel like to get them to 0 would have been like put them on having a blocker here. But I respect this.
I get that.
I respect this.
It's
interesting though. I wonder if he was worried about Kiku potentially getting removed off the board that turn, or because I believe you could bounce Hiyori here, could you not? And then you could get the 2K back into hand. I feel like the resource could be really nice. But, I mean, obviously, he's got a plan here. He's trying to keep as many on board as possible. He knows that, this opponent is going to be removing, pretty much everything that hits the board.
We're going for, 7 Dawn right now? So you can't drop the Moria just yet.
Just yet, yeah. Momo being the 6K blocker is really nice, can stop that Absalom swing potentially. Maybe we don't even attack into life. I feel like if you go 5, is Yamato just blocking with Momo, or are they just taking it to get their Kiku back onto the board?
Yeah, so it's like a lose-lose kind of situation.
It's a tough one.
Yeah.
Feels like
if you take the damage, you're going to produce a life. So.
Exactly, yeah. We're going to rest 2, though, using the leader effect here to pitch a Lucci. Unfortunate getting the Great Eruption, but brand new is fantastic to have in Trash.
So go ahead and potentially pitch a card out your, Well, he pitches the Hody Jones.
Oh, yeah.
So he does play Hody.
Yeah. Maybe he has a second one in hand. I feel like that would be a great card for him next turn. And you could see Gecko's on 9 Dawn the following turn with an Ice Age play. It could be very useful. So
it takes the damage. Go ahead and play the Okiku.
Yeah.
So producing a lot of character cards on the Yamato side.
That feels right. A Borsellino here.
Play the Borsellino, yeah.
But I can't imagine. That Gecko's hand. Yeah, it's at 3 cards. I was about to say I didn't have sight on it, but Gecko's hand had to have been pretty low, and that's rough.
Looks like we're going to 8 Dawn with the Yamato. Miles has a lot of options right now.
Yeah. Depending on how much counter you have in hand, Hody Jones is just perfectly fine to play here.
Now, would you
attempt
to go just straight with the Yamato attack first to try to bait out the Borsellino?
Yeah, I would say so. But you could do. Yeah, we're gonna see Hody. I like
Get that Hody, baby.
I actually really like this. I think that if he has enough counter in hand, this is like a really aggressive, very appropriate play right now. So we could see 6 with lead first, just to force. So this is gonna force potentially it would have to force a 2K out of hand, and if not, that could be devastating. This could be game right now.
Yeah, I would swing. Yeah,
Yes.
6 towards lead.
Very smart.
Get
Miles
some
is
cards
making
out. Get some cards out of your opponent's hand.
right.
Then
Yep.
you just have a field
He's got
day.
it. He's
Yeah.
got the 2K. That's nice,
Mhm.
at least.
Now, would you keep going towards your opponent's life or just clear board?
I think here, maybe maybe 6 to life, and then you still have leader effect. Remember, so we could bring up Momo to an 8K swing.
Mhm.
Hody Jones would be an 8. That's 2 8s to get out of. That's pretty tough.
Because you're already at 2 cards in hand.
Yeah.
You can clear these cards very, very easily
Yeah.
without any, repercussions, really.
Right.
So, potentially, I would say myself,
I would say
probably
start with life, and then maybe work to board. I don't know.
Okay.
This is interesting. Okay, so we're just gonna
I'll put
use
that
leader
extra dawn.
effect.
Use the leader effect. Get that extra dawn towards. He has options. Going 8 towards Barcelona life.
Borsellino would be fine. As long as you get your opponent maybe to 1 life, I feel like you're
That's
fine.
true. That's true.
Yeah, the 8 cost Moria just kind of, it could potentially turn the game around. Looks as though this is an 8 to life. Yeah.
8 to life. He takes the damage. No trigger.
Let's see. Hody Jones. Where are we going, my friend? Where are we going? And like I said, if Yamato has enough counter power in hand, Yamato's just looking great here. Looking absolutely great. So this is an 8K swing. We're just thinking about where this is going. I do like that this is why I prefer the Sky Island variant a little bit more, because you still have like that defensive play with Momo, but you have very offensive plays from hand with Hody, using Hiyori to reset up your life. That can be an offensive play.
And gets out the attack. So
yeah.
I'm guessing it was towards.
Had to be Borsellino.
Yeah.
All right, and he just passes, leaving the Momo active. I think that's fair.
Because Momo is a blocker, correct?
Correct. Yeah, I think that's fair. It forces more cards out of your opponent's hand if they want to remove it, and that's pretty inconvenient. Yeah, but Gecko is sitting with 2 cards in hand. I mean, this is...
You think he has the 8 cost in hand at least?
Maybe. I almost wonder if like your best option here is to go for game.
Just go for game.
Yeah, you have like Ice Age in hand, use leader effect, drop in Absalom, KO Momo, and you're going for it. You're gunning for it, I feel like this is just a really tough spot for Gecko to be in. You could argue that a blocker here could potentially prolong the match, but maybe it's not so clear. Oh, and look at we got a little sneak peek of Yamato's hand. It looks very strong.
Yeah,
a lot of a lot of 2Ks. I saw some of the Dracula Mihawks here, and there's one of them being pitched. So
Mihawk is a great addition to Yamato.
Yeah,
awesome.
Being able to drop either my goodness,
Borsellino.
And he put those down aggressively. Oh my goodness. All right.
Now, would you not still swing with
I would swing with the 5s. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I understand, like, I don't know. I feel
Actually, no, I would have swung. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I would have swung just to get some cards out my opponent's hand.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, like, obviously you have Momo potentially block one of them, but if you swing both of those first.
And you have 3 blockers too, man.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Oh, no. He hits him with the Noah's Ark.
All right, I'm not gonna lie. What does that card?
Oh my God. This card, okay, for 6 cost, it rests your entire opponent's board.
Miles is crazy.
Wow. Wow. Noah's Ark win right here with Yamato.
Oh my goodness.
That was incredible. Okay,
that was wild.
I did not expect to see that card. I'm not gonna lie to you.
That was wild.
That was
so
wow.
All right, how much was Noah's Ark? Well, you paid, 3 for it?
No, 6 for the stage,
okay.
right? But it has a trigger that allows you to play the card just immediately.
Okay.
And so on play, that card rests your entire all of your opponent's characters.
I've never seen anybody play that card.
I don't think because I think it's a very niche card. You know, there are people that either love it or hate it, but mostly it's like Brandon the Hody Jones build. But now we've been seeing I've been seeing it recently that a lot of Yamato players, well, I shouldn't say a lot, but maybe a few Yamato players have been trying to tech in the Noah's Ark stage and use the Hiyori to put that into their life. Yeah, towards the very end of the game.
Because there's a trigger, correct?
Correct. So you attack 5, rest your whole board. That's wild. That's wild. That's if there was a way to end that game in such a
that was like perfect.
That was such a cool.
I'm not gonna lie, that was like perfect.
I really enjoyed that.
Because Matt just went ahead and was like, yo, I got 2 more blockers for you. I got 3 Borsalinos.
Yes.
Do your worst. And he brought the worst.
He put those down with confidence, too.
Yes.
Like said, I have 2 more Borsalinos. I will wait until you attack into me, and then I will go for game to turn out.
I feel like Miles felt disrespected. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna hit you back.
I feel like you got to respect that. Noah tech right there coming in absolutely.
Y'all seen it first. Y'all seen it first. It has potential.
That was incredible.
That was like the perfect example of, you know what? That's fine.
Yeah.
I have games, so I'm gonna rest everything.
We're only on round 2, and that might be the play of the tournament right there.
That might have been. I was not ready to see that.
Yeah, I wasn't either.
Because when you play that, I was like, yo, what is that card? I had no idea what that did.
That was fantastic. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that was round 2, and we ended that in a spectacular fashion. Love to see that.
Strong.
We were going to take a small break. We will be back with round 3. And, we'll see you when we come back.
All right. Catch you all later.
Oh. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have got a great match here for us. We've got Katakuri and Anel round 3.
I am excited, baby.
Yes. And we already know that this matchup feels pretty one-sided. It usually feels like it's Katakuri's game to take.
The disrespect.
I mean, it is what it is. It's Anel. Anel just unfortunately struggles into this matchup because a lot of the 10-cost big moms. That does seem to make this matchup a little more difficult for them. But, I mean, if you're able to get as wide as possible with maybe the Holly combo, what do you think Anel needs to see to potentially win this match?
Potentially to win against Katakuri.
Other than a little luck.
A little luck. We're going to put that little pinch of luck in there. And I think you can rush them down with the 7-drop Anel, man.
Yeah, 7 cost is real nice because at least right now, Katakuri's not running a Luffy. Any Luffy cards, so without that, just not being able to essentially negate the Anel effect is really important.
If you're able to potentially just rush your Katakuri opponent down, because the longer it takes, you obviously don't want them to get to that 10-drop big mom, but it is what it is. We got to see what it how it goes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. As soon as that 10 mom comes, it gets a little dicey. But I guess we're getting word that the players have already started the game, so we're just going to hop straight into the match, and let's see where we're at. Okay, perfect. And oh my goodness, okay, so they have started the game. They are playing. Okay, we have a 7-cost big mom onto the board already for Anel.
That's pretty good.
Wait, we're in there. All right, so that started, that's probably gained Anel some life. To be at this dawn stage already and to have what seems like 3 life for Anel is pretty powerful.
2 life.
Yeah, 2 life now.
Swinging at 9 towards your opponent.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Katakuri just hard playing a Satori on an 8-dawn turn just doesn't seem very useful. I mean, obviously getting a body onto board, but that means that Katakuri's hand is more than likely a lot of top-end cards or potentially just counterpower.
Charlotte Amade, I believe.
Monday right there.
Swinging 7 towards the opponent. Potentially getting 2 cards out your category leader.
Right. I think this is the time for Anel to be aggressive as well.
Oh, and triggers the Parasparrow.
Yep.
Pitching the card, get through that free summon.
Looks like the 0-cost event is going to get pitched here. Okay. And we still have plenty of Dawn to work with, but Sparrow coming down onto the board is just disastrous because now you have multiple swings into Anel, which is what Anel really kind of hates in this matchup. You know, if they see a 10 mom, obviously it's not great, but it's manageable when there's less to deal with. We're just going to see a very quick two 2K counters to get out of that 8K. Let's see. I mean,
Potentially, what we have
7 Dawn, right?
7 Dawn.
There it is.
There we go. That Anel that I was talking about.
There it is.
Getting that rush down. He does take the damage.
Yeah.
So we are tied up with 2 and 2 at the life, but potentially, since Anel does have that effect of getting that extra life when it goes down to 0, Anel technically has 3 life.
Right. Yeah, and Anel's just it's gonna be strong here.
Seems like we have a trigger potentially with the Anel. Oh, Anel does have a lot of cards in hand.
Yeah, I mean, just a 5K poke. We're definitely gonna be seeing a 10 cost here. That's what it seems. It seems more like the 10 cost.
It does counter out with the Sanji. Another Sanji.
Oh, yep, there it is.
And there we go. We got the big mouth.
Yeah, this is forcing. It looks as though David's got a hand. He's got a very sizable hand though here. So as much as 10 mom is very unfortunate for him to deal with in this situation, it's doable. You know, we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to either see some blockers here though, or potentially some big swings into like a 7 cost mom.
Seems like he's trying to clear board.
Yeah, he's gonna try and clear board here. It's a pretty easy 2K counter. I mean, with 9 Dawn active, we could just see Sparrow being taken out by Yamato. I think Yamato is fantastic for. Yeah, it actually works out pretty well.
Gaining that life with the Yamato is actually pretty good right now.
Yeah, this is
Swinging 7.
not too shabby, actually. Not too shabby for Anel if they got the
there
Yamato.
we go.
Yeah. Powerful play, getting to heal 1 here, taking out Pero.
But that Pero does get that search and finds the 2K counter.
Yeah.
So, you know, Anel is in a pretty good
They're looking
state right now.
They're looking healthy. I
healthy.
would say that the 10 cost mom is still like the biggest threat here. I mean, if we see a back-to-back 10 cost, it does feel a little less.
Do we go for the board or go straight for the life?
Nah, I think we're going for board here because, you know, you could potentially go 5 to life and get a free, get a free card out of hand. Whereas 12, that's the freest take you've ever seen. You might be able to get potentially 3 here for Linlin, defending Linlin, which I wouldn't hate defending this, but you need to win game the following turn because with 2 10 costs on board, you are more than likely going to lose. It's going to be really rough. So
if he checks with a 5K towards your opponent's leader, I'm pretty sure he has another big mom coming out.
Right.
And he does swing with that cat. No Dawn commitment towards it. And then now player checks life, so potentially does have another trigger in life.
Yeah.
See what it is.
Yeah, we are.
And takes it. Just takes it and plays.
Oh, there it is.
Another big mother right there.
Oh, man.
And destroying Okiku, so he won't be able to see the Okiku at all.
Yeah, that's a shame. That would have been really, really fortunate for him here, actually.
Using the Anel leader, pitching that card and gaining that life back.
Yeah, I mean, Yamato is still nice here to just be able to heal 1, but I think you're relying pretty heavily on your opponent not getting a very useful trigger here. This seems like a really tough spot for Anel. You're swinging into it, and feels pretty tough.
Do I see what was it called? Soul Poke?
Soul Pocus.
I think that's what Anel.
That'd be an interesting That would be interesting here.
That's a 5-cost event, correct?
Right. 5 cost, your opponent chooses whether to give you a life or potentially take a life here.
So technically, it's the same effect as the 7-drop Big Mom, but
Yeah.
this doesn't have the legs, doesn't show the power of a character on board. It's just
Right.
an event.
Could be useful though. I feel like gaining a life is pretty much paramount for Enel this turn. It's very important. If you're not able to gain a life here, I don't know how you survive. Well, there are ways. You know, yellow always has ways.
So I would say pressure your opponent to try to potentially get them down a life
Yeah.
to basically force them saying, hey, go ahead and take a life.
Yeah.
I mean, gain a life.
Looks as though, oh wow,
Ooh.
this is a big commitment. I respect it. That's
14?
a lot though. 14. Was it 14? Yeah, it is.
14?
And 2 2Ks will get out of that. Uh-oh.
Yeah, that Big Mom is very, very strong.
Is scary. I think
Gets out of it. Now, all right, since you've done that, do you commit with the Enel towards another Big Mom?
that's tough. No, I don't think you can. I mean, it's just a simple 1K to get out of it, you know? I think Katakuri still has 3 to 4 cards in
And
hand.
Soul Focus.
I think you just trash here and you win, right?
Cat should just, trash.
Yeah, if you just trash the life,
Especially if it has another Big Mom in here.
yeah, it doesn't look like I don't know, it doesn't look like a much of a,
Only 3 cards in hand?
well, I guess it's fair. Enel does have quite a sizable hand. There are, let's see, he's counting it out right now.
Mm-hmm.
Looks as though he's got 7 cards in hand. That's fair. You know, I don't think you want to give it. Oh, he is going to give him one.
He gave him the life.
Okay. You know, maybe Soul Focus was the play. I understand the concern though. 7 cards that's daunting to look down. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, that's a big 13K into Yamato. That Yamato is gone.
Asking for what, at least 2 cards?
Yeah. No, 3 here. 13, right? Got to get 5K over, yeah. Oh man, he's gonna counter, but
you could potentially have that 0-cost card, but that's a lot more cards than out of hand also. So.
Tough part about this is even if you do counter out of Yamato, you're still looking at another
and the 0-cost card. Yep.
Yeah, you're still looking at another big bomb.
Pitching that cat
right here. So, I mean,
you want to see? There's the question. That is the
Lin attach another one going into Yamato. Yep, big swing into Yamato. That's dead. That is 15 to a 9.
Asking to kill it or just give me your whole hand.
Exactly. I think what he's trying to do is reduce his risk of potentially losing this turn. Oh, see, and this is rough. 9K
going 9 towards the
into Enel. It's going to cost 2 more cards out of hand. Even if you do counter out of this, only having 2 life left is really rough. Oh, was this at life? Oh, it was actually at life. Oh, interesting. Oh, and it's Soul Focus off trigger.
Can you not trigger the Soul Focus?
Did it not get triggered?
It did not get triggered. He didn't trigger it. Wait, it just went directly to drop.
Yeah, I think I might have been missing something here. Soul Focus going into trash. This was a 9K swing.
So I guess he didn't even activate it. He just trashed the life. Or I could be wrong. Because nothing has banish, correct?
I don't believe. Yeah, I don't believe so.
Nothing has banish.
But maybe I might have missed something here.
That would have been a strong Soul Focus if you activated.
Yeah, that's what I think too.
Upcoming with another 7-drop Big Mom.
Yeah, you would have 100% been able to heal here. So, not sure if maybe you might have missed something. But that is going to be a 7-cost Lin.
That would have been very,
you know
strong.
What? You know what?
What?
It was at Enel. He chose to trash the life.
Oh,
he chose to trash the life. That's what it was. I don't know why I was. It's just as soon as he touched his life, I was like, oh, maybe, yeah. So
okay, that makes sense.
Going into
an
Enel.
He saves the Enel.
Yep,
I forgot he does the Enel character card
Yeah.
is able to save itself.
It's still really tough.
Yeah.
You are in such a tough spot. You get your opponent down here, to 1 life. He does counter out of the 7K swing. How do you survive the next turn? You have 2 10 moms, a Pero, as well as leader swing coming directly at you.
He only has 1 card in hand, though. Oh, he just played the big mom.
Yeah. But exactly. The Lin is there. We're going to rest 2 here. What are we looking for? We're looking for Hiyori. Okay, this is actually...
It looks like he has an event in hand.
This is potential. He could potentially
if he stacks that...
the 0 cost or Amaru.
Yeah, they gained that life back.
Right.
Okay.
Tough part is, though, you are banking on... kind of banking on luck right now. Is you got to see...
Oh,
no.
my goodness. Giving Banish to the big mom.
Onami play to get rid of the setup card. Oh, that is brutal. Absolutely brutal. Capone Bej would have been massive here. That is super rough. Looks as though...
leader effect to gain a life, but man...
Yeah, it's extremely well-timed Onami. Yep.
I respect it.
Yeah. We're going to see... It's looking like just 7 with Katakuri. Nope, maybe 9. 9.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be all she wrote. Yep. Got the 12.
That was a game.
That would have been really nice if Hiyori had been able to stick that Capone Bej right there.
Yes.
But unfortunately, just a really well-timed Onami. Yeah. And I think that sadly seeing what was it, that Anel swing, like the way that he was just touching the life, I completely, it looked as though he pointed at life. That's why I figured the trigger effect wasn't taking place afterwards. Yeah, it took me a second to realize, like, oh, it's going into an L.
But the fact that Onami to stop that whole Hiyori play, he's like, oh, you're going to stack your life? It's like, you know what, I'm going to counter that with this Onami.
Absolutely.
And let's go ahead and banish that last life,
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
basically solidifying his win.
Yeah, being able to see that answer in the color that you're playing against is kind of like what we've been seeing currently coming out through certain metas. Like, for example, with having Sabo and Borsellino, unfortunately, being in the color that usually removes a lot of cards, being able to protect themselves. So Onami also having that banish effect, being in the color that maybe it's most useful against, is kind of an interesting choice. So obviously gotta run the card. I mean, it's just super useful. Well, for Katakuri, I'm not sure you maybe need to run it, but
2K counter, 2K counter,
It's nice here and there. I think Onami is just a fantastic card for that mirror matchup or for any yellow matchup.
Yeah, but seeing firsthand the difference between Enel and Katakuri, it's kind of like day and night, right?
Yeah. It looks as though right now Enel is maybe a little further behind than it was in OPO 5.
Yeah.
It's still getting there, but just maybe not as consistently. Does feel like you've got some pieces, but it's just not nearly as strong as it was in OPO 5. And now OPO 6, it looks as though Katakuri's kind of taken that spot for top yellow deck at the moment. But OPO 7, right around the corner, could change that right up.
Most definitely.
Could change that right up.
And I did like I was surprised about the Soul Pocus's text.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if he was able to get multiple Soul Pocuses off,
right,
with the big 7-drop big moms, very, very strong if he was able to do that. But unfortunately, he wanted to save that Nell and
next match.
All right. So seems like we got the next match about to.
Yeah, it looks. Yeah, we have the next match ready to go. And as far as that Katakuri into a Nell, I mean, obviously Katakuri taken there, so we were pretty certain that's how that was going to play out. But it was very interesting to see it.
I had high hopes for a Nell.
I did. I was fingers crossed. But now hopping into round 4, and we've got, I believe, maybe 5 more matches for the day, probably somewhere close to 9 to 8 rounds. And
Okay.
yeah, I believe these players, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to see here very shortly. It looks as though this was was this the Gecko Moria player? Let's see.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looks
Gecko,
like Gecko Moria and
and I can't remember.
I think it
Reiju?
was Reiju,
Yeah, Gecko and Reiju.
maybe.
Oh, hopefully.
Yeah, this is it's going to be pretty close. It's one of
Yeah.
those two. But I know that the Reiju matchup for Gecko is actually, in my opinion, it feels kind of like kind of
Oh
a
yeah,
toss-up. Oh
yeah,
no, so this was
Sakazuki.
a Sakazuki into
Okay,
Gecko.
okay.
I see, yes. And we have Oscar playing Sakazuki and Gecko Moria played by a local hero, Tommy. Yes.
Shout out to Tommy, you know.
Yeah.
Local hero, like he said, from Booster Box. He does play a lot from Booster Box. But tell me about the Sakazuki and Gecko matchup.
Honestly, the more that I play this matchup, it feels very 50-50 at times, but
Mm-hmm.
there are advantages that Sakazuki has in being able to see a lot more of their pieces in their cards. But the toughest part for Sakazuki in this matchup is if you are unfortunate enough to not see your 8-cost Gecko Morias. And that can happen a lot with the Tashigi and what is it? The Tashigi and brand new searches.
Mm-hmm.
That can just be really tough. But luckily, until I believe the beginning of June, when we do see the Sakazuki leader ban and the new promo Sakazuki coming out, we have still that very, very strong cycle power. So that allows us to see the Morias a little more consistent.
Yeah, people are still gonna, even though yes, Sakazuki is gonna get banned, people are still gonna use the strong leader to the best of its ability until it's time to go. You know?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think that Gecko Moria has good chances, good odds in this matchup. It's going to, this matchup really comes down to a lot of uh, very important 8-cost plays. It comes down to really important Sabo turns.
I think blockers are gonna be.
Yeah, Sabos are massive.
Yeah.
But Borsellino doesn't feel as useful for Gecko in this matchup because of the Hound Blaze.
Oh, yeah,
Just
most
very easy to get rid of it. We're going to see Tommy get down the brand new, though. Looks like he's picking up that good old fashioned Borsellino.
He did mill out a Gecko Moria, but potentially he's able to get that back with Hogback, right?
Yeah, Hogback would be huge on getting that. A lot of the times, this matchup can come down to just who sees more Moria. Yeah. Sakazuki choosing the cycle Hina, getting that into trash is always fantastic.
Swinging for 8.
Yeah, no searcher plays to start. It's a little interesting. So no Tashigi's brand news, just a 8 bombs straight to the face.
All right. What else he has in his drop area? So he swings. No, he doesn't swing.
This might be a Perona play here. If he does have Hogback, it's always nice to get back to 8 costs. But
swing for 7.
yeah, might just be...
Pitching the card.
Yep, there's Perona.
Milling the 2 and brings out the Perona, making your opponent pitch a card.
Yeah. Forcing one here is can be pretty inconvenient.
I'm a big fan of the Perona.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan of just hand destruction in card games in general.
absolutely.
But the fact that you're able to just cheat out this Perona just for potentially just two Dawn, so
Exactly, 2 Dawn. Yeah, you have to lose one from hand, but think about it this way. You're developing a body onto the board for the same amount of Dawn that you're also attacking your opponent with.
Exactly.
Very, very powerful. I think that's why we've been seeing a lot of Gecko Moria. Ooh, and I think we just saw it in Oscar's hand right there. He is running the stage variant of Sakazuki. So, yeah, this is very, very interesting. Having the potential for stage is it's nice because it allows you to get to that connection with the 2-cost event a lot easier. I believe it's the Ama no Marakumo.
the 2 cost, the 2 blue
The two
blue,
Lucci.
yeah,
We'll call it that. The two
the two
Lucci.
the 2 cost blue event. There we go.
Exactly.
And we got Navy headquarters
Yeah.
coming down.
Yep, there
and
it
there
is.
we go.
See, it helps get stuff in range. So with the Sakazuki leader effect, you can just -1 to the brand new here. And the stage on play is a -1, and then tapping activate main for the -1 is, 2 onto Verona. So very, very strong. Gets the Prona out of usage, so if we're lacking a little bit more of that Thriller Bark package in hand right now, we're down bad,
And granted, he did lose his Perona since it was bottom deck. So
Right.
I don't think Tommy has any Thriller Bark pirates in his drop area right now,
Yeah.
in his trash.
I hope he, if he has Tashigi, that would be very nice in, potentially being able to, or not Tashigi, excuse me. Wow, why am I forgetting the name of it? Sindri.
Yeah.
Sindri to maybe kind of mill
Mill
some
that-
of those
mill that
cards.
5.
Exactly. Get a little bit more into the trash and feel a little more comfortable about setting up for your Gecko Moria play.
All right, let's see what Tommy does here.
6 Dawn's always an awkward one, and it's even more awkward that your opponent has no characters on board. You feel like you're just gonna swing, not really develop too much.
7s. Using leader effect, pitching to Absalon,
Oh, love
milling
the
the
hog.
hogback. And Absalon. All right, bring back the hogback and potentially grabbing the Moria.
I feel like the 8 cost is like a must here. I don't really feel like there was another great choice there. Looks as though he does take back the 8 cost and then using the brand new. Oh, unfortunate. 2 Lucci's and the 8 cost getting put into trash. At least we ended up getting one of them back with the Gecko. Or did we not?
Did he
Did
not
he
grab
choose
anything?
not to use the leader effect?
You mean hogbacks?
Right,
effect,
he can play Hogback without using the leader effect. I'm not sure if
Oh,
perhaps
I have no idea.
he didn't choose to mill 2 and grab that back. But a Hound Blades right here. It's like arguably the most annoying card to deal with in this matchup.
Yeah, Hamlet is very, very strong. The fact that you're able to bomb deck cards and boost up attack of a leader or a character.
Yeah, I mean, he's more or less got he's got a way for you to not be able to use those cards in trash. That's the beauty of Gecko, is just being able to cycle through a lot of those, different cards and then get them into trash and reuse them. Unfortunately, though, bottom decking is the most powerful removal in the game that we have. So we're going to see
What he's tapping in 4.
This might be a Kuzan play, maybe a Borsellino. Either one, pretty inconvenient.
Rebecca.
Oh, wow.
Getting back.
I don't know why I did not see
Hina.
that coming.
Yeah, he pitched the Hina. Rebecca then gets to play the Hina also.
I think my mind is too much on what Gecko would do in that situation, and then I'm like, oh yeah, Rebecca Hina is a pretty good play. It's a pretty good play, right?
And he used the Hellblaze to bomb deck.
The Hogback, which is brutal because now
He's starving him with the Thriller Bark.
And I don't think he got back the 8 cost.
Yeah.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I didn't see him take it at least. I might not be seeing it in hand, but
That might be
8
it.
cost with those Lucci's that he got off of brand new would have been really massive right here. So I think this is pretty unfortunate.
Great Eruption.
We're going to use Great Eruption.
Go ahead and draw that card.
This is attaching to the Rebecca here. Sure, you can Absalom and get rid of the Rebecca, swing into Hina. Your opponent doesn't really mind losing Hina too much in this situation. I feel like Hina is just incredible in trash, so it doesn't hurt you that much.
All right. He's using leader. Swinging at, I'm guessing, Hina.
Might be life here. I mean, Hina's great, but
Epsilon, go ahead and
is it necessary?
pops that Rebecca.
Turning 2 here. It's going to see a 2K with Suru. Most players, I feel like they hover over the card that they're countering out of.
Yeah.
And I think that was going into Hina right there. For Dawn, feels like you have to develop a card, because if you don't, 8-cost Moria just wipes your entire board, and then how do you go for game afterwards? You're just in a bad spot.
Like, I get why the Sakazuki wanted to protect the Hina, because you just want to keep as much characters on board,
Right.
especially against these, like, black quote-unquote mirrors.
Right.
The more characters you have on board, the better, especially through just the sheer amount of attacks that you're able to do the next turn. And since Tommy didn't get to play a Gecko Moria, I think he should just go ahead and potentially get rid of the Hina. But obviously, the Sakazuki did.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna see a Borsellino.
And passes.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do it. You got to develop something. I think it's fair here, because the odds of your opponent removing the Borsellino and the rest of your board are low, but it's still possible. I think that the 8-cost Moria is just going to still be really devastating here. It forces your opponent to have an answer to it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're equal on life, up on cards in hand, it seems. I don't know. Looks like Sakazuki's in a pretty solid spot. Cycling out the Kuzan. Maybe looking for some counter.
Swinging 5 with that Hina towards leader.
Might be trying to bait out the Borsellino block to swing into it. A little heavier, but though we won't.
Swinging 6, reducing the cost of Epsilon.
There was a rogue Suru flying over the board right there.
Suru's ready to get out there, ready for action.
As she said, "Put me in, coach."
The counter's out.
Stage is good here. Definitely going to see a Lucci Helmeppo, it looks like. Oh, I think he meant to play 8 cost first.
Yeah.
I could tell what he was doing. Oh, that's funny. Your opponent's like, wait, why are you pulling cards out of trash? Yeah, but we knew what was happening. Moria, just going to lower the Absalom and Rob Lucci to get rid of the 2. Yeah, still feels super powerful here.
Man, that Moria is crazy. The fact that you're able to produce a giant card and produce 2 more cards is just too strong. The value is crazy.
The value is wild. It is so good.
Tapping 8 Dawn and putting 3 characters on board is.
Yeah, I think there's not much to be done here other than the exact same play right back. We need to see something along the line like Ice Age into Gecko Moria. I think Tommy is he might be unfortunately really wishing that he picked up that 8 cost. I think that the 8 cost would have been
perfect in this situation.
Yeah, really, realistically, yeah. 8 cost play into the Lucci and Helmeppo would get rid of your opponent's 4 cost Lucci as well as Gecko Moria, and then set you up for a potential way to go for game. But if they start to play a lot of the blockers, it does get a little sticky. There's kind of those moments where Rebecca picks back up another blocker, and you're just maybe not having the Absaloms in trash or the lowering on board or in hand to deal with some of those situations.
But Absalom comes down and clears that Gecko Moria at least,
Ooh, 7 of life. I like this. I like this. Staying aggressive at least. Yeah, staying aggressive and forcing a card to trash from hand.
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad.
Scary thing is, though, oh, he's considering swinging with Borsellino. And I like this. If you do swing with Borsellino here, you could potentially, yeah, we're going to see 5. One, obviously get a card from hand when you get brand new. But the scary thing is not having Borsellino now does leave your opponent with a potential way to go for game. I mean, I don't know. That might have been pretty risky.
Yeah, with only 2 cards in hand.
Yeah, that's pretty risky. We're going to see a 6K, forcing him to have a 2. Gets out with Sindri. You know, still,
Now, do you think, does Oscar go straight for life, or at least
I think you
clear?
go life.
Just go life?
Yeah, 5 to life right here. Either forces your opponent.
Yeah, you only have 1 card in hand.
Exactly.
This
Forces
should
the
be.
last card. You just go for game.
It's like, yo, give me the card. Give me,
Yeah.
give me your hand.
Ice Age in life could save Tommy here. Being able to KO the Helmeppo or Tashigi
Very, very
off
strong.
of trigger, that could be very, very useful. Okay,
Combos out.
so we did have the 2-2Ks.
But he just has all the attacks.
But
He
now,
has 3 attackers.
now I feel as though you just swing with Helmeppo. 7 Tashigi, attach the rest to leader.
The Tashigi is 2K power.
Tashigi,
2 or 3.
yeah, 2,000 power. So, actually, I guess it is fairly risky.
Oh, he's going for game. He's trying to flex.
Oh, he's
And he flipped the leader over. He flipped the leader over. He's flexing. He's trying to get in there. He's like, yo, this is game.
This is actually really interesting. It's not so clear because there is a world where he could get a 2K and a 1K here and be fine. Oh, this is risky though. No, he'd have to get 2 2Ks. Okay, so 8,000 power, and he unfortunately gets the 2K 1K. Very close. Had to see both 2 or an Ice Age out of life. That was a little risky on Sakazuki's part to go for the game with knowing that Ice Age is a real thing.
Potential, yeah.
It is a very real
I would have
thing.
swung with the other character first, then
Right.
swung with the lead.
Right. I think the
To
5,
get to play around the Ice Age.
right,
Yeah.
5 with Helmeppo was correct because if they do get Ice Age, you still have like a chance to pivot. You can like, oh, my Tashigi's now gone, so I don't have that swing.
Yeah.
I can now pivot into going for board and then potentially establish a blocker, right? Like if I have a Borsellino or a Savo or something like that on board. Yeah, little nerve-wracking there, but I mean, honestly, Tommy was very close. Still really close without even having the 8-cost
I was
Moria.
just about to say that. It's like the fact that I'm pretty sure he forgot to just pick the Moria up out of his trash.
I was trying to think of what might have happened in that exact situation, and the only thing I could think of was that he only had 3 or 4 cards in trash. So you return 2, and you pick that up, you now have 1 card in trash. So maybe he was thinking to himself, like, yeah, then I don't have much for being able to, like, do an Absalom play the following turn. It's a potential. I don't know.
I get it.
It's what was going through my head, maybe, like the reasoning why.
I get it, but you know, the fight for Gecko Moria is it's just like Big Mom. You know?
It is.
You gotta if you got to play, might as well play
Absolutely,
the big boy.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, the Katakuri mirror match. Who's got more 10 mom?
How many? Yeah, exactly. But
Who's got
granted, he cleared his Gecko Moria very easily.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Because he had the Ice Age and Absalom to pop, right?
No, you're right. He did. He used Great Eruption and Ice.
Oh, yeah.
Or was it Ice Age? Yes. Great Eruption, Ice Age. The tough part about that, though, is when you think about it being easy, it realistically cost him 3 cards from hand.
Yeah, okay.
And that's pretty rough.
Yeah.
You know, and 3 cards from hand to only develop a 5K.
Just to get removed 1 card from your opponent's side of the field.
And
I get it. I hear you.
I already gained the value of putting down those 2 cards.
Yep.
That's really rough. You know,
Okay.
It felt like he didn't really have much of an option there, other than just having the 8-cost or naturally drawing into it. I think 8-cost would have been helpful, but guys, we're going to leave you there. We are going to come back after a short break for, what would that be, round 5?
Round five.
Round five. Yeah, and we'll see you shortly. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting into round 6 here. The players were able to take a lunch break, and we also got some grub ourselves. Not
Oh
too
yeah,
bad.
most definitely.
Not too bad. Yeah, we had that exciting Reiju match to end on, though. That was fantastic.
Surprising
Yeah,
events,
yeah.
you know.
I like it.
But
I like, I'm happy with the outcome, you know. I mean, but at the same time, you know, it was two great players going at it, so really just kind of boiled down to, I think if Katakuri had maybe seen one trigger, it could have turned that game around.
yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, I think that would have been a deciding factor. But we are hopping into round 6, and we have a Gecko Moria mirror matchup. This is a bit of a it's a bit of a weird one because there are kind of two trains of thoughts, two schools of thought for the Gecko deck list. It does seem that some are going with the Rebecca Hina package, others are going with the more standard, just Navy and
Thriller Bark.
Yeah, Thriller Bark package. But we've also been seeing some players throw in, what was it, the 6-cost Brook?
Yeah,
we've got the 6-cost Brook. We've got the Ice Age, Great Eruption, stuff like that. So
I mean, what do you prefer? The Rebecca Hina package or
I think that is such a good list, but I can't seem to figure it out. So I usually stick with the Navy. I stick with the Navy and the Thriller Bark just to kind of like keep it safe. But I play in my comfort zone.
okay. Well, yeah, let's go ahead and get right into the matchup. Let's see how these two players duke it off. Since it is a mirror match, it's going to be a little doozy, but
Yeah. I feel like we're gonna see a lot of whether it's coming down to having Sabo or whether we're gonna be seeing multiple Gecko Moria plays.
I think the Sabos is going to be the big thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And yeah, hopping straight into it, we do have, I believe, Russel, LaParre playing up against, I think it's Isaiah Kane here.
Okay.
And yeah, we're going to have to wait and see, you know, as far as the information goes on the dice roll, because going first and second is very interesting in this matchup. It does feel like some lists thrive off of going second in the mirror, and being like the Rebecca Hina package, I think actually does well going second into this mirror. But otherwise, you know, going first and being able to have your Sindri into a Perona play is very solid.
Yeah. I feel like whoever go ahead and get the better mills between will get there over their opponent.
Yeah. I think that Isaiah's happy with his hand apparently because he chose to keep.
Well, yeah, he chose to keep, baby. He's ready.
Oh,
he's like,
he knew.
I found that, and I won't keep that. You know.
I got 4 Morias in hand. We're good to go.
But hopefully, you know, Russ finds that hand that he wants.
Yeah. This will be interesting. It looks as though we're going to have Isaiah starting us off with first, and just going to pass it right over. Russ going to 2 Dawn here has potential chance for a brand new play or
into awesome.
Yeah, or into Sindri, but we're just going to see a pass. Brand new, or excuse me, not brand new. Perona. Yeah.
Get that free Perona, making Russ pitch a card from him.
Yeah, nice to get Lucci in trash. Solid, all things considered. Can't really complain about that. That's
yeah, you can set it up for that the Moria.
Exactly. Yeah, we just need to see like a Helmeppo or a Suru into trash.
Well, no leader effect, but he's just swinging for 5 and uses the Borsellino.
Yeah, Borsellino just sticks in this matchup. It is so tough to get rid of. You know, we have Isaiah here. Potentially looking for a Sabo play, if not a brand new into hopefully a Thriller Bark. It looks as though he's going to go the
latter.
Get
the brand new, getting the mills in.
Oh, look at that. Solid Perona pickup right there.
No, you can't pick up the Perona. It's not a Navy, correct?
No. I mean, like, sorry, I should have reworded that.
Oh, yeah.
The Perona into trash.
Okay. I was like, yeah, brand new, just gonna.
Yeah, that's my bad. Yeah, it looks as though we're just going to get, he's thinking about it. He could go Hogback here to get a card back into hand, but Perona's solid.
He's going for the hand.
Yeah, Perona's solid, get some of the hand destruction. I think that going down to 3 life here, though, is super comfortable. He's not going to attack what the Perona played from the previous turn, though. I do like this. Kind of forces your opponent to have some form of removal or to just do the exact same thing, replicate, not play into any shenanigans that your opponent might be trying to do.
Yeah, but Russ is, I guess he's not using his leader effect.
No, I think that means we're going to be seeing Sabo here for
Yeah,
sure.
there we go.
Yes.
Drawing his 2 cards.
Manga Sabo nonetheless.
Baby. Was that like 500 right now? 500?
You know, maybe. It's something around
But
there.
yeah, draw 2 and pitching 2 to set up his trash is
Yeah.
very, very good.
Get rid of the Hogback. I think he's considering choosing the Absalom here, so he can have 2. I mean, like, the trash is set up, but it's a little unfortunate he hasn't seen a Suru or a Helmeppo, or even a brand new for that fact.
Yeah, exactly.
Just being able to have an option off of an 8-cost Moria play the following turn would be really nice. So
Now, you think he's going to swing with the Bourse, or he's just going to go ahead and pass?
I think he's just going to pass here, because your opponent would be at 7 Dawn, I believe. So they're not going to be, they're not going to be playing, no, there's no threat of Moria.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
basically, just attacking into Borsellino wouldn't be all that problematic. Might stop like the development of one card, but getting Borsellino off the board is really nice in this matchup. That card is just really rough to get off the board. Yeah.
All right.
So
Seems like it's Isaiah's turn.
yeah, Isaiah's gonna take his time, trying to figure out.
3, 4, 5,
Trying to
6.
figure out.
Is that 7 Dawn?
Yeah, 7 Dawn is usually. This usually feels like a turn that you're trying to use leader effect, and then get down a 4-cost card. So he might, potentially have like a Kuzan to play this
He
turn.
does have a Kusan. I
Yeah,
did see it.
potentially a Borsellino. Like anything of the sorts would be really nice. I'm not sure if he has like another Perona in trash, but like even more hand destruction here would be pretty annoying.
Yeah.
Pretty annoying, all things considered. Yeah.
So we got to make a play here.
There's also the option of the Hogback that we have in trash.
Swings with the Perona. Potential block? If so.
Yeah, I feel like this is a good block.
Okay.
This is a good block because I think Russ he's kind of figuring out that, he's testing the waters here, and he's like, all right, my opponent more than likely is trying to, do that 4-cost character into the leader effect. So the only thing I have to worry about is a 6K swing into Borsellino and or Sabo. And yep, he's thinking about it.
Potential block from the Cerda.
Yeah. I mean, if he swings large,
does block.
you lose 1 blocker. I don't think it's the end of the world. Yeah, okay, I like this. I like this from Isaiah,
8.
though. It does force 2 cards. He's going to protect the Borsellino. Very important card in this matchup, so I don't blame him whatsoever. I think this
Plays
is...
the Kuzan, draws that card.
Oh, and this is great, actually. Russ just set up having Suru in trash, which is amazing right here for playing down Moria on curve. We can get rid of Kuzan, as well as threaten some of the Peronas on board. Get some cards out of our opponent's hand, force some reaction.
Here we go. Let's see that Moria, baby.
I think, Sabo becomes very swingable here, because...
You want to swing first? You swing first? Oh, no,
he's changing it up. Changing it up. I like it.
Oh,
Great
yeah,
option.
getting rid of that Kuzan
Yeah,
is very...
No need to maybe play the 8-cost a little too early.
Yeah. That's very understandable.
Yeah. So that's
If you
super
can
fair.
get the Kuzan, because when that Kuzan swings, he negs, reduces the cost of a character card by 4, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
Yeah, Kuzan, you definitely don't want to have on the board while you are trying to get down that 8-cost, but I believe he would have been able to get rid of it. But maybe not so much the characters. So we're just going to use, wow, Dr. Hogback. I believe he has Lucci in hand, if I'm not mistaken. So
getting a
maybe
Century.
maybe the 4-cost. Or is he just going to leave Kuzan alive and just completely play us all? Yeah. 6-cost does go through. Perona's going to get taken off the board there.
All right, he swings with the Borsellino.
Yeah. Counter out with a 1K. Looks like the glare just is hitting that card just right.
Oh, yeah, it's trash. You can't really
Yeah.
see his trash at all.
Right. But 2K with Sindri right there. And an
Hog
Absalom
back.
from hand. Yep.
I mean, Absalom, I'm sorry
Yeah.
about that.
Absalom from hand. Returning 2 real fast to the bottom of the deck. At least getting rid of the Kuzan, very important. Absalom and brand new. Interesting. I mean, he does have another Absalom in trash, so it totally makes sense. Hogback is pretty important. You also want to have that Suru for the 8 cost, so it feels maybe a little bad that you have to return a brand new right there, but yeah, I feel like it's
It's not the end of the world.
Yeah, it's a necessary evil.
But yeah.
Yeah. All right, so
See
how
what
does Isaiah
Isaiah-
answer this, though? I felt like a very, very strong turn. Not even the threat of the 8 cost here, is looming. Well, it might be looming in hand, but not on board. So you can just try and go for some form of a wipe with like an Ice Age Moria play, but it's not always as easy as you want it to be, you know? Having cards, the correct cards at the right times is
How do you
difficult.
think now is the time to attack these blockers?
I think that he needs to be sort of the aggressor and rely on his removal of with leader effect here, and try and develop a board, but also get your opponent within a position that you could just go for game. Like if there's a way to remove Sabo this turn and potentially another card, that would be absolutely massive. So
We do have enough Dawn to play a Gecko, but
I think we're
no Dawn commitment.
Yeah, so with this 5, I believe we're going to see some form of like a Great Eruption or Ice Age into a Moria. Leaving the 9 Dawn up here. So yeah, we're going to see
we got
Ice
the
Age.
Ice Age.
I would imagine this goes onto the Sabo. Yep. And then we'll see Gecko Moria. Now we can just kind of get rid of Hogback or
We got the
Absalom.
Lucci and the Helmeppo.
He's considering. Is both in trash, so it's kind of irrelevant which one goes down.
Yeah.
Nice though. I feel like it's probably about as good of an answer as you could have done that turn.
I'm not mad at it.
Yeah. I mean, you got a life and you got a card out of your opponent's hand.
Live card, getting rid of a blocker.
Yeah. But we do know that Russel's been sitting on his own 8 cost here. So if he's able to, kind of basically perform the exact same action but better, then I mean, I think Isaiah's board is gone, like the entire board. I think the only thing that'll be left is potentially brand new.
So you're saying he can get rid of the whole board right now?
I genuinely think he could. Yeah, I think if we see an Ice Age, if we see a Great Eruption, 5 into Perona here. Yeah, we could see an Ice Age and a Great Eruption with a Suruluchi in trash. And now, yeah, look at
rid of
this.
the Perona.
Yep, Perona's down. It still leaves you with a Hogback swing as well as
the Great Eruption.
Borsellino.
Great Eruption?
Yep, and look, he has the Ice Age in hand. I mean, we're going to see a very, very strong removal turn here. So this is like the direct answer.
Drawing that card, reducing the cost of the Rob Lucci and the Gecko.
Yep.
It's riding on a raw, baby.
Yeah, so just basically answering Isaiah back immediately with the same effect. And we're going to see the Suru active and the Rob Lucci rested. I mean, yeah, like I said,
there's a big difference.
We might only see the brand new on the board.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
He could also just ignore the Helmeppo, which I think is super fair, and just go 5 to life. I think that's probably the better choice here. Just because putting Helmeppo back in trash, it makes it useful for your opponent again.
That is true. That's true.
I would not want to be in Isaiah's position right now. That's rough. That is rough. It's tough knowing whether to counter here or to take the life. You know that there's more than likely a 5K coming from Borsellino as well.
Yep.
Your opponent is feeling pretty comfortable.
Yeah, he already attacked with it twice already. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So I want to see how many cards Russ has in hand.
In hand.
I'm thinking like what?
I believe
3?
it's something like 4, maybe 3 or 4.
And he swings with the Borsellino.
Yeah, I think it's totally fair. I mean,
All right.
what are you gonna do? You know?
That's true. That's
Attack it.
So you can't get rid of it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's true effect.
So I mean, see, this is the hard part is you can't get rid of it this turn, and not being able to get rid of that card is essentially like it's kind of doom and gloom because you know, yes, if you swing into it, sure, it did its job, but now what do you do with the rest of your board and the rest of your dawn? You can't really develop much. And if you don't swing into it, then the following turn, he just keeps it active. Even if you get him low, he's got a Borsellino to pretty much answer whatever the problem might be.
All right, Isaiah starts with a Great Eruption, reducing the cost of the Rob Lucci. Hopefully
I'm not sure if he indicated yet, but I would imagine.
Oh, I saw Russ go.
Oh, he did? Oh,
yeah,
he did.
I saw
Okay,
Russ,
okay.
like tap.
I didn't even see the hand. So a little tap on Lucci, bringing it to a 2.
7? 8 potentially? No, 7.
Just 7 here. I am interested to see where he's going with this.
Where would you attack?
This is tough. I mean, like, I feel like you almost have to kind of go to, you're forced into a position where you have to go for board. I think you might lose the next turn if you don't. So
That's
-2 to Rob Lucci is more than likely going to bring back Absalom. Yep. And 7 into Hogback. I mean, your opponent has 4. Oh, so it looks like though that was actually into the Borsellino. He was trying to put Russ on not having the 2K counter. Sabo's great here though. I think this is actually the best play you could probably make.
Mm-hmm.
Because Sabo not having any characters rested and just having Sabo on board, it stops the potential for pretty much stops the potential for your opponent to be able to KO anything off the board, and then they can swing it for game the following turn. But really,
Russ does swing with the Gecko Moria, dealing a damage towards his opponent. Maybe trying to bait out that Sabo.
Yeah. You think he's got a Sabo of his own here?
I think if he plays Sabo this turn, might just solidify.
Yeah, I think that would be solid. Or even another Borsellino.
Oh yeah,
Seriously.
Yeah.
Shoot, even Hogback. You get Hogback back, get a 2K, play a Borsellino or a Sabo, I think you're sitting pretty, right?
Yeah, most definitely.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, he wants, he's baiting. He wants that Sabo
turn. I like this. I mean, I feel like as Isaiah, this lets me know that my opponent more than likely has a blocker coming or just a lot of counter power.
Exactly.
Yeah, they have a ton of counter power. And you're just like, oh,
And
I now have to get through 2 life.
Using a Great Eruption trigger.
That's solid. That's solid.
Pitching.
Ooh, a 2K.
Pitching a 2K.
Interesting.
Russ only has 2 cards in hand.
His opponent has 3 cards.
He does have 2 attacks though.
Right. I don't think
he'll don up this.
I doubt he'll go for it. Yeah, you're sitting pretty right now, you know. Oh wow, just 9. I don't believe any leader effect. I think he's just trying to get rid of the Sabo. You get rid of the Sabo, I think you can swing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying. Like if he wants that Sabo gone.
Yeah.
So that's why he's been attacking with heavy attackers right now.
Right.
Boosting up these characters and leaders by at least 4 Dawn each is incredible. It's putting Isaiah in a position that he doesn't want to be in.
Oh no, absolutely not. Yeah, he's probably in the situation where if he blocks and counters with Sabo, he doesn't survive from the 7K from Borsellino, and that's kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
You know. So it. Oh wow.
Oh, he counters out.
Wow. Okay, two 2Ks and a 1K. Get
Now,
out of that.
do you attack with the Borsellino?
That's tough. That's tough. I mean, if you have the counter in hand, you have enough. I mean, you only have 2 cards.
I don't think you attack with the
Yeah,
Borsellino.
I feel like you just pass at this point.
Because
You're looking
keep it-
safe. You got 2 out.
Yep.
Yeah,
no,
that's a good pass. Makes sense.
there's no reason that's actually.
Yeah. I mean, he's
Then
not.
next turn you can just do it all over again.
Exactly. And he's not going to make that mistake. You know, this man knows his matchups. He knows what he's got to do in that situation. So it's super fair. I don't think Isaiah is loving this right now. This has got to be pretty tough. You got 5 attacks. 3 need to connect, and 1 gets blocked.
Yeah.
Yep, that's tough.
And I doubt that Gecko Mora is going to go anywhere, especially with only 2 cards in Isaiah's hand. I don't think he has enough.
I think Isaiah is pretty much relying on Russell drawing absolutely nothing from life.
Go ahead and swing.
Yeah. See, this is a stage in the game where I think I could use a lot of work in figuring out what is the best way to approach this. You know, because there's there's mathematically a best way to do this, and yeah, I always struggle with these end game.
The mathematics.
Well, it's not even the math. It's just the end games. The end game swings. Like, what order do you do them? You know what I mean? Like, 5K with Absalom feels nice. Feels like, oh, do I block? You know, but no.
Do I block? Do I counter?
Yeah. I mean, I feel as though
I feel like you can actually take this damage.
That's scary. You could. Oh wow. Always thinking about it. I think a counter just seems fine, but I mean, it does put you on having, like, your opponent knows exactly how much counter you could potentially have in hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that is it's really tough.
I guess this 5 check is just
It's
literally
very good.
just checking.
Yeah.
Okay, I get what you're saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just seeing, like, hey, what's
Testing the waters.
What's
Testing the
going
waters.
on over there?
You go, hey, you know, knocking on the door. What's up?
Yeah. How goes it? The tough part is, though, I feel like if Russ does block with Borsellino, doesn't he just get 5 checked again?
It's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You just get a 5 check from brand new. Then you trash a card, and now isn't there like a math win there? Maybe. I mean, it all depends on, yet again, does he see enough counter in hand?
Yeah, he takes
That's what it's going to come down to. Yeah, we're going to see 7.
Definitely.
It's tough. That is tough.
Now, if we do block, do we save the Borsellino?
No, absolutely not. No, let him go. You
Let him go.
win the game with like 2 swings next turn, no matter what.
Okay.
Probably one, just 1 swing. So Borsellino's just a block and let it die. You know, it did its job.
Did his 9 to 5 right there.
Yeah, he's done
Well,
with this shit.
he did come down. What, turn 2?
Yeah, he's been there the whole game, and he's been pressuring,
Yep.
also playing defensively. Borsellino is very good in this matchup. Oh, wow.
Counters out.
2K, 1K. Okay. 7K has been taken care of. Now, this is interesting. A 7 to life, so he could get a 7/6/7. So I believe as long as Russ draws a 2K, he should be fine. Right?
Yeah.
Should be
Yeah, I'll have to say
a
that.
2K to win it all. If he already has a 2K in hand, then he might be looking solid.
On a 5-check.
Yep, and he's got it in hand. Suru is going to counter out of that. Isaiah
Yes,
knows
there we
that is going to
go.
be the game right there. And super solid match. That was a great mirror.
Oh, we got the Lucci at the end.
Yeah, Lucci at the end in the trash. Yeah, fantastic play from both players. I
Yeah.
think that was really solid. And the wild part about that was we thought, you know, because of the kind of the trap that Russ had set up by not playing the 8 cost and allowing his opponent to go for it first so that he could answer that.
Yeah.
We thought he was like, there's no way.
Like bugging
right?
out or something.
But yeah, like there's no way that, you know, Isaiah can come back from this.
He was playing a long game from the start.
Right.
He was playing a long game from the
Right.
start.
It looked as though Isaiah was able to come back though, just having that Sabo play to protect
Yeah.
everything on board, make sure he had enough swings. I mean, it really boiled down to, you know, does my opponent have the counter or not? And
I feel like if he didn't get that Sabo though,
yeah,
it would have been a writing on the wall.
Yeah.
Like from the jump. If he didn't get to play that Sabo that turn.
right.
But fortunately he did. So that was great. But that Borsellino,
That was the game
since
winner.
the start. That was the game.
That was the game winner, you know?
But didn't he have 2 Borsellinos or no? He only had that one. Or am I thinking of another game? I think I only had that one.
No, he only had the one that game.
Okay. I just want
Yeah.
to make sure.
Yep. You only had that. No, you're thinking of the
The
gecko that put down 3.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Borsellino.
See,
And then he got hit with the Noah's Ark. The Noah's Ark.
See,
No.
I'm so
That
sorry.
was still the most clutch Noah's Ark I've ever seen in my life.
Hey man,
That was crazy.
that'll probably be the play of the day. For me.
It has to. That was insane. That was
All right.
insane. I loved
Anyway,
it.
guys, yeah,
Yeah, that was a
That-
great round 6.
round 6.
Yeah, fantastic Gecko Moria mirror matchup right there. I know that the mirror matchup can go multiple ways, as well as with people running different lists. Yeah, I think we got to experience a good one right there.
Yeah, man, solidifying that blocker early game.
Oh yeah,
Man, that Borsellino, man.
yeah. That's why like some people argue for going second into that matchup, just because you're able to get your Borsellino down early. You can also get brand new into Borsellino if you run the Hina package, Hina Absalom.
Yeah, we didn't see the
Yeah.
we didn't see that Rebecca at
No.
all. So I guess they favor not playing it at all.
I mean, if you got a Sabo in trash, getting it back.
Hey, get it back, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna take a short break, guys, and we'll be back with round 7.
So, round 7. 7, baby. Let's go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to hop into round 7. But before we hop into round 7, we do have a little bit of information to give you. Yeah, hold your horses.
Hold on, guys.
We're about to go in there.
Calm down.
That's said calm down. You know, no, chill. All right?
Chill out,
Yeah,
guys.
we've
We're
got
gonna get
some
there.
information to give you. We want to bring back up the meta breakdown or the leader breakdown that we had from earlier on today, and that is going to be, you know, posting over some of the counts that we had. Obviously, Katakuri and Gecko Moria coming in top with the most representation, but yeah, Yamato and Sakazuki right underneath as well.
Well, as you can see, we have our top 6.
Yeah.
Also, we have undefeated.
Yeah, top 6 undefeated are going to be, what was it? I believe 3 Katakuri, 2 Gecko Moria, and 1 Yamato.
Yeah.
So, first of all,
compared to what we see now, the numbers. But,
right, you love to see the fact that Yamato has made it. I think I think that's fantastic. I mean, I haven't seen a Yamato more or less not make the top 16, but doing really well right now in the undefeated top 6 is exceptional. And yeah, 3 Katakuri, 2 Gecko, not surprising, but no Sakazuki.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No side.
Surprising.
I think people are just getting the feel of, hey man, stop, just get out the way. We can deal with you now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's actually very, very surprising, especially with all those numbers of Sakazuki also.
Right.
And they're just all gone. You know,
Yeah.
that quickly. You know.
Obviously, these players are playing exceptionally well right now. to be undefeated. And yeah, going into round 7, we have a Katakuri mirror matchup.
Mirror matchup,
So
guys.
the good old fashioned 10 mom versus 10 mom.
Let's just see who has more.
Yeah. And yeah, I think we'll just hop straight into the match. It's definitely going to be a battle of the triggers. It is going to be a battle of, who can see some of the better versions of their Linlins. And yeah, it looks as though we're going to see a quick pass from turn 1 on each player.
Mhm.
And Katakuri maybe deciding whether, Pero is an option here.
Yeah, swinging with that 5 check is actually pretty.
Oh,
he's going for
big-
what, 8?
Yeah, just a big 8.
So let me see it.
I like
that
this
live.
though. Looking at your opponent's life first. I believe it was a Kiku too. Oh,
he does
he
find
saw
the
it.
big mom. But he goes for the 7. He's going for the 7 because he is at the odd number, correct?
Yeah, odd curve. Potentially has another like 10 mom, or maybe just feels as though he might not need it until the later stages of the game. Opponent going to be doing the same thing here. Just going to take a look at it at his top life.
Just for 7 though.
Yeah. So Timothy right now just taking a look at Justin's top life. Gonna leave it there.
No
and then
trigger and plays the Pero.
good old Pero.
I'm not mad at both players,
Yeah. Are you 5 done? Are you playing Gadatsu here to KO the Pero?
That's actually a very good question.
Oh,
No,
I think he's
obviously not.
answering it. Yeah, he's saying no.
So no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, that's tough. He's gonna move that to the bottom. Okay.
It could be something spicy.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want to deal with that right now.
Yeah.
But did we play a Sanji?
Yeah. 4 for Sanji.
I'm surprised that people are still playing Sanji. Granted, it is searchable off the pudding,
Yeah.
but I've seen a lot more people not play Sanji. But
Yep.
we do see Gadatsu popping that Sanji.
Immediately answered. A 1K counter. He's gonna find. Looks like he saw a Pero Sparrow at the top of life. Moves that to the bottom. Very
Oh,
nice.
Yes.
Uh,
Nice.
Yeah, because Pero's not gonna do Justin any good. Having that at the bottom.
Seems like Timothy is, hitting hard over here.
Yeah.
We're just doing 5 towards the Peros.
You know what's coming.
Oh yeah.
He got it earlier. You know what's happening.
So would you swing at the Pero or not, or swing at life?
I think.
Because if you
I think-
are going to Big Mom,
I feel like I would just swing at life here, personally. But to be fair, I don't play a lot of
you got a 2K out of
Katakuri.
hand.
Yeah, I don't play a lot of Katakuri. I also don't play the mirror of this very much, so it is a little weird to decide. He's gonna.
Trash is, oh man.
Oh, you hate to see it. You actually hate to see
Aw,
it. Well,
man.
maybe you love to see it. I'm personally team. I hate Veg, so.
Bro, no way. You hate to see it, bro. I'm going with you hate to see it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Especially right now.
Yeah, that's a 5K. Gonna use a 2K two of them to get out of the 5 and 6.
I'll put it on
Oh,
Nami.
Nami strong. Nami strong here. That's gonna be an 8K. Looking at the top,
AKA
just gonna
8K
allow
banish.
that to be trashed. And Amaru.
Oh, that is nice.
Super solid trashes from both players here.
Damn. Oh man, it didn't place the Okiku.
Yeah. So I think Timothy's just going for the wider route right now,
Yeah.
and Justin is, I think, more just trying to go for as tall as possible. So if he has the 10 cost, that could be, obviously extremely viable right here.
All right, he uses
What-
the Big Mom. I
Yeah.
would potentially go for the Gadatsu.
Yeah, it's tough whether you should be going for board or going for life at this point, because if you have that reject in hand, are you trying to prioritize getting your opponent to 1, or are you trying to prioritize?
That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
that's tough. Removing. Oh, I see. Yes,
Oh, he has
he
to
wasn't
delete-
at 10.
yeah,
He
he
was
was
not
supposed
at
to be
10
at
Dawn.
9.
Yes.
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
at the odd.
man, he hit me with he tripped me up. I was thinking of the 10,
Oh,
the 10 mom. So
I was
now
like,
that's not the
I was
option.
like, no, he didn't have no neg Dawn effects.
Yeah.
But he's accidentally, yeah. He
Dawn-
is supposed to be at 9.
Dawn -1, subtract 2 of your opponent's life.
Stop it. Stop. Do not need that.
Let's just wait till OPO8. Purple yellow pudding.
That's, oh man.
I think
That's
seven
gonna be a
mom.
doozy.
Yeah, seven mom's a super good.
All right,
I feel like
yeah,
that's a super good call.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Because you do have that 2 extra Dawn to boost up your leader also.
So this is interesting. I'm actually very interested to see what Timothy's decision is, because do you go for game the turn after and just trash your life here? But no,
Heals.
choosing to let Justin heal one. I think starting the turn with seven cost mom here is, yeah, it's just good. It does the work.
Now, do you go for a board?
I think with the 8, we're gonna take a look at life, and then
Because he knows what the bottom card is.
right. You already had to choose a target before going for life, so does choose to go for it. Ooh, all right.
Takes the
We have
damage.
something.
Get some type of trigger.
Oh, Satori. Okay, so I think he chooses to lead that up top because he knows that his opponent's final life is a Pero Sparrow, if I'm not mistaken, right? Oh, this is gonna be,
One's at peril.
yeah. Well, he knows he just doesn't want to give his opponent that body, you know?
But he gave him the big mom though.
Yeah. But is Big Mom going to be useful here is the question. Like, do you not just lose to the 2/7 cost potentially? And oh no, excuse me. I just realized that it was actually Timothy that moved the Pero to the bottom of Justin's life and not the other way around. So
Oh, okay.
I don't think we know what Timothy's last life is just yet.
No, they both did the same thing.
They did?
Yeah,
Okay,
they both did
okay.
the same thing.
So he is aware of it.
Yep. Get that 5 check.
Yeah.
That 5 check.
I mean, you have 2 5s, 2 6s, and potentially a 10 mom here. That's
great.
pretty solid. However, do
5
you,
check with a 2K.
yeah, but do you not just potentially lose the next turn? I mean, you
Oh,
have to have,
he has no counter in hand.
really, Timothy?
I'm
Yeah.
pretty. No, Justin.
Oh, really?
Justin has like 3 or 4 events.
Yeah. Yeah, this could be a little dicey. I mean, that's probably why he
does
was
have
trying
reject.
to. Yeah,
He
he
does
has
have
reject.
reject.
That's
He
why
does
he
have
was trying to
reject.
get him into that position. So 10 mom's actually a little scary, because if you do play that, you're kind of committing to. Yeah, you're pretty much committing to. Committing to having enough counter, because your opponent more than likely has reject, and these 7 cost bombs are not going anywhere anytime soon.
I'm pretty sure he only has. I'm pretty sure he only has events.
Yeah.
So I
mean,
saw the Volts card reject and
Yeah.
something else.
Is there a world where we haven't used a Dawn yet that Timothy could just end the game with reject? I suppose there is. I think he's counting out the Dawn right now, potentially considering a 2 9Ks as well as the reject. It's a bit of a gamble, but might be a gamble you have to make. So, uh-oh.
Is that Sanji?
Yeah, I think so. And we're gonna put that to the bottom. So that's gonna give Justin a why am I forgetting the name of it? Pero Sparrow to trigger out here.
He plays the Pero.
Yep, plays the Pero. I mean, probably has some dead card in hand. So we'll see the reject going down. Yep, 4 for reject here.
Pop that last lock, baby.
Oh
Gets rid of
no.
the Sanji.
No, I don't believe it trashes the Sanji.
Oh yeah, he could potentially.
Shouldn't the Sanji be in hand? Oh, it didn't matter either way.
Yeah.
Oh, no, it did. Did it not? This is very, very close.
Oh man.
Like, I feel as though I think Justin might have made a pretty grave mistake. I mean,
He could have blocked. Yeah.
am I
guess he
incorrect
did.
in believing that the reject sends that card to the hand? So he could have gotten out of.
No, it does trigger it. I'm pretty sure it does trigger the card. Like trigger the like it counts as a damage. So he was able to trigger the card, but I guess he didn't do that.
Oh, I feel like that was maybe a missed opportunity on Justin's behalf there.
Yeah, man.
It looks as though, yeah, because it does the 1 damage, so he would have been able.
Technically, it's one damage, so he'll be able to to gain that trigger that Sanji.
Now, to be fair, I think that since he was at 1 life, he could have used the Amaru to get around the Sanji, so it was kind of irrelevant, right?
Yes.
So he could have, but you still could have taken the 1K to hand, and then you had the 0 cost event, the 2K counter, to get out to 10, and then the Sanji to get to 11.
Yeah.
So I think I think that might have been a game losing misplay right there.
Oh man. So instead of Timothy went wide.
Yeah.
Timothy went wide.
Yeah.
While Justin went tall and the wide one, basically.
Yeah, I think wide was able to do it right there.
Yeah. And Timothy did have the 10 drop big mom also. He could have done that play, but he just chose to, just get in there.
Yeah.
And potentially just end the game right then and there.
Yeah. And wait, I'm just trying to remember right now. There was 3 Dawn left, so 2 for Amaru would have brought Kadatsu up to 9. Yeah, and then the 1 Dawn would be 10, and he would have been able to get out of it with Sanji. Oh, that's so brutal.
There we go.
Oh, man.
Unfortunately.
I hope he doesn't watch this back.
Oh, he's going to watch it.
That's so rough. That is so rough.
It's okay.
I mean, it
happens to everybody.
It happens. It happens. Trust me, it happened to me. I made many game losing mistakes right there, but it's a shame. That's a shame. I think he had it. But that was a pretty solid, honestly pretty quick.
Yeah.
But pretty solid Katakuri mirror matchup. I like to see that there were kind of like a back and forth of some of the triggers and some of the potential plays that were happening there. So yeah, fantastic. But we are going to take a very small break before round 8. So we'll catch you here in just a few minutes, guys.
A few minutes.
Absolutely.
Guys, we'll be back.
We'll be back.
Okay.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are going into round 8, and we have 3 undefeated players right now. We have a Gecko Moria, a Katakuri, and a Yamato.
Okay.
So we're going to be hopping into I believe it's 2 undefeateds playing in this round, which is going to be the Gecko Moria and Katakuri.
Okay.
The Yamato has been down paired, so depending on how that matchup goes, this could potentially end up being the last round. Or if Yamato wins, we'll have a 9th round. So we're just going to kind of have to see how it goes. But I'm excited. Gecko Moria versus Katakuri.
I'm excited. I think these are the 2 juggernauts of today, basically.
Yeah.
Sakazuki is out of the tournament completely. So we have Gecko versus Kat. I think this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a good one.
This is one of those matches that I believe is I feel like it leans a little more towards Gecko.
Mm-hmm.
However, Katakuri can just do yellow things. They can do yellow things. And all of a sudden, that game just gets turned around. The tempo gets switched. And, it becomes a pretty hard one. So, yeah. Well, we're just going to hop straight into it, guys. And, we're going to see Gecko Moria versus Katakuri. Beautiful. It looks as though we have Kaden Stamp playing Gecko Moria, and we have Timothy Merritt on the Katakuri.
Oh yeah, we just saw Timothy in our last round.
That's right, in the mirror matchup.
Yep, exactly.
Yes.
And let's just see if Tim can take down another Gecko.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to see who wins the dice roll and whether they choose first or second. I just find it intriguing that there are a lot of Katakuri players that will take the second over the first. It looks as though Gecko Moria is going to win this dice roll. I believe he will take first, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it feels as though this matchup you could kind of go either way. Depends on what list you're running. A lot of the times when Gecko is running that Rebecca Hina package, going second's actually pretty solid.
Yeah. I remember you mentioning that, but do you think Charlotte Katakuri has to go second in this matchup?
I don't know. I feel like going first, you kind of throw the normal Navy Thriller Bark style Gecko Moria off their curve, and then it maybe becomes just a little bit more challenging.
I think Cat should go first.
Yeah.
The first attack from Cat with the 7 towards the Gecko is going to be very, very strong, and just basically setting up their own life for future plays. I think Cat could win this.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, to be honest though, this is any player's game. I think this is a great matchup. It does lean to be maybe slightly Gecko Moria favored, maybe like 55-45, but
Yeah.
I do think that this could be anyone's game here.
If Tim doesn't rely on the 10 drop, I think Tim has the potential to win. But
Right.
if you rely on the 10 drop, then I mean,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And it looks as though Gecko does choose to go first. So taking first.
pass.
Yeah.
Got the Gecko already.
Are we going to see Perona turn 2? Super strong play as always. And could just see like a hogback. Yeah, hogback
hogback.
just to get some. Oh, look at that.
Play that Perona.
You'll love to
It's
see
that
it.
card, baby.
Off the top. Getting a Kiku into trash and then countering out of the 6K swing. Yeah. This is always nice for Katakuri to kind of set up their top life first. You know, either just go, hey, this is going to the bottom, or this is staying right where it is.
And he wants something at the bottom of his life. Basically, probably saying that it might not be something good, but
Yeah. Oh, this is interesting.
go ahead and play Charlotte.
Charlotte Brûlée.
Yeah, Brûlée. Yeah.
Yeah. I for sure thought we were going to see the Perro here, but you know, maybe a shout out to the Katakuri player that won 2 of the online regionals. And gosh, forgive me, his name is escaping me. I believe it's
Brûlée's coming clutch.
Yeah, but he runs 2 of the Brûlées, which I think is such an interesting idea. Like those can really come in clutch, not having to trash a card.
Yeah. I potentially say there was a Brûlée that in Cat's life, he basically has a Brûlée at the end at his life right now.
Yeah.
But he goes ahead, takes the damage, and go ahead and pitch a card to play that free Parasparrow.
Yeah, Parasparrow is looking good right now. Okay. And Kuzan is just so good into this matchup. You can't really complain about, you know, getting that card down into the yellow matchup. It just does work. But, ladies and gentlemen, we just got word that the undefeated Yamato unfortunately looks as though they lost the down pair. So this is this is your final round, ladies and gentlemen, here.
This is the final?
Yes.
All right, guys, this is the finals right here. We are right in the center of the war between Gecko Moria and Charlotte Katakuri. So
yes,
let's just see like what happens, man. Like, I'm actually very excited. We got 2 Brûlées right now. That he's setting up.
He's setting up because if you can stay defensive like this and then next turn play 7 cost into 10 cost, I mean, what are you gonna do?
Oh man,
what are you gonna do? That's rough. That is super rough. You know, you don't want to be in this position that, you know, these blockers they're gaining a lot of value. We're gonna see, I believe, with 5 into, I believe he pointed at Perro. But maybe it was just lowering the Perro. So,
true.
Yeah.
But go ahead and
yeah, we're gonna see an Ice Age onto.
it has to be on
Perro Sparrow right here.
Potentially bouncing it. Let's see what he plays.
Yeah, Rob Lucci. So he says, "Hey, you wanted to play a bunch of blockers. I'm just gonna get rid of them.
Yeah.
All of them are gone right
All these
here.
low cost cards.
Yeah.
But the Perro, go ahead and search the Perro also.
Another Perro right there, easy.
And takes that damage. No trigger. All right, looks like we're going to what, 7?
No, I believe 8 done now.
Oh, eight.
Yeah. And so we're definitely going to see the 7 going into Kuzan. You know, forcing 2 cards, and it doesn't. You know, he's not willing to part with those. Kaden says that's fine. 7 bomb is not great, but I'll take it.
And I think that's the most easiest trash of the life right there.
Yeah. You're up on life right now.
There was no reason to give your opponent a life.
Yeah. This is smart. Kaden's trying to play this, you know, as aggressively as possible, but unfortunately the board state is not reciprocating maybe as much.
I think on both sides it's kind of
it's
kind of lacking on both sides, but that big mom's more threatening, I believe, right now.
Right. I don't think you can deal with it this turn. I mean, you can, but I don't think he has another. You know, like he played Lucci the previous turn, right? I don't believe he has another Absalom or something of the sort. So we might end up seeing like a 8-cost Moria, maybe into bringing back Kuzan or Hogback just to get some value into hand.
All right.
But do we attack with the Lucci first, or do we just leave it Um, it might be worth attacking to goad out the 8K swing from Linlin if there is a 10 cost the following turn, but I don't know, that's tough. That is pretty tough.
Let's see what he does. Go ahead
Yep.
and swing with the quickest
The quickest 2K.
quickest 2K ever. Ooh, go ahead with the Ice Age.
Does he have the answer? He might have the answer here. This is interesting. I just know that with oh, am I mistaken? He's at 9 Dawn. This whole time I thought he was at 8 Dawn.
No. The cat was.
I'm not even gonna lie. I thought he was at.
But
He was at 8 Dawn.
oh yeah, most definitely the.
Yeah.
You could see the gecko come down.
I was
At
just
8.
miscounting it. But let's see. I mean, is he? I don't know if he has Absalom in hand. Maybe I just missed it, but
don't think he does.
Absalom gets rid of Linlin, which is great.
I think
Yeah, we're gonna have to do it, and that's gonna be a great eruption being trashed.
he has
Unfortunate.
Hogback.
He was trying to
trying to mill
risk
one?
it.
Yeah.
No, he was risking it for getting the Absalom, which is unfortunately not really what you want to do with Gecko Moria, but sometimes you're forced to. But
yeah.
he's got the Lucci. Okay, that's great. That works out. That's perfect. I think maybe the reason why he did that was because he might have potentially had a different 4-cost play, or this was just the line he was going for the whole time. Yeah, I like this. It does make sense. Getting down the 10 cost.
Get that big mom out.
Yeah, but I think Moria's scared, man.
Moria only has potentially. He only has 3 cards in hand.
Yeah, I feel like you need to see like a Sabo right now in order to kind of put yourself in a position where you're not just instantly taking the damage next turn and just kind of losing. So it's 2Ks.
Counter.
Sheesh.
2K counter.
What do you think? Do you think Katakuri should be taking life here to potentially get extra swings on the board?
I think Cat's hand size is actually pretty good right now, but I think he should take at least 1 damage. At least.
Yeah.
I would say at least the Hogback.
Well, we all know when you play 10 cost mom, 9 times out of 10, the card that goes to the top is a trigger.
Oh, baby.
And it is a Onami to take out the Hogback.
Man, Nami is too good.
Nami's good. She's
Nami
solid.
is too good. Like,
She's solid, all right.
there's no way to play around it.
Yeah.
Especially, because that Nami was off the Big Mom effect also.
Yeah. Oh, Amaru.
And he
Okay.
gladly pitches those 2 cards.
Yeah,
again.
he very quickly. Very quickly. This looks like, I mean, if there's a blocker here, which I don't believe there is, I think Timothy's down to 1 card in hand. If he has reject, I think it's game.
Yeah.
I believe it's game if Timothy has reject. He's going to pick up Perona, though, add that to hand. And, yeah, just going to have to pass turn.
He does have
he
reject.
does have
He
reject.
does have the rejects.
Oh, my goodness. He's salivating right now. He knows that this is game. Like, there is a chance, there is a world where Gecko Moria can get out of this, but it is going to require 4 2K counters. Yeah, so we're going to see a 12,000 power swing into life. 12,000 power. I don't believe, yeah, we're not getting out of that. Oh, the Ice Age that's going to hurt. We now see the reject to get down. And will he be able to get out? Oh my gosh, only to 10K.
That is it, guys.
And it looks as though Timothy Merritt is going to take it. Countered out beautifully.
Oh, man.
Because if he was able to stay alive, he knew that he had the reject to go for the game.
Yep.
I mean, that's how you do it.
Big Mom,
That's how
baby.
you do it. Big Mom,
Big Mom.
7 mom into Big Mom. You wait, you slowly whittle down your opponent's life. I mean, that's tough.
Yeah.
I think if anything, I think Gecko played fantastic, but there's only so much you can do without seeing some of those very crucial blockers at the end of that game.
Yeah, unfortunately, Gecko couldn't take it. But man, those brulees basically put in work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They forced out 2 cards from hand, and a swing. So I mean, the brulees, they did their job.
Yeah.
They allowed Katakuri to stay healthy enough that they could play the cards that they needed in order to, just kind of stay in the game. And
then that Nami at the end.
the Nami was just kind of like a, haha.
It's like the Nami was like, come on.
Yeah.
What are we doing here?
Guess what?
Yeah.
You're not going for game.
Yeah. But man, that's
insult to injury.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
Dude, fantastic game though. Congratulations to Timothy right there on taking the match with Katakuri. A very impressive 8-0. And I mean, so we did talk about this earlier. I think my prediction was Gecko Moria.
I said cat.
You said Katakuri?
I said cat.
Dang,
we shook on it.
We did shake on it.
We shook on it.
Oh man. I'm
man.
gonna owe you dinner. This is crazy.
You know what, man?
This is crazy.
You will owe me that.
Oh man. So
but man,
I mean, what an event though. The Booster Box put on a fantastic event here.
Phenomenal.
We hope that you guys enjoyed all of the production. Besides the very small audio issue at the very beginning.
Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that was a very small issue.
But yeah, man,
quick fix.
I've been hearing it all around. The event ran super smooth.
Yeah.
All the way through.
Yep.
And yeah, man. Hopefully, Booster Box will be our next TO. We got PPG, we got the Booster Box.
Yeah.
We got Play TCG, and
Core TCG,
Core
Carta Magica.
Carta Magica. Just add a Booster Box here.
Yeah, the more tournament organizers, the better.
The better, baby.
We get more events for us players, for us to commentate, enjoy, watch, view from home, come in and just have a great time. So it's always great to see events like these and to see all the players here also competing in the side events. We've got a lot of, I think there's 3 or 4 side events that are going on at the moment.
Currently 6 max, I believe.
Yeah, some players are taking home some Eustace Captain Kids as well from those side events. So
that's money right there.
It's pretty solid. Pretty solid. I am I'm not going to lie. I hope there's one more. There's not going to be, but I was hoping there would be one more side event. Yeah. Not bad though. Not bad. And by the way, we did talk about, our predictions for this event, and we are going to be getting an interview with Timothy here in just a few minutes. Just going to have him over, and we'll talk with him about his thought process, about some of his matchups throughout the throughout the day. Yeah, throughout the day, and maybe some of what he feels like his thoughts are on Katakuri. Is it obviously a pretty good meta choice? I mean, taking home the dub today,
of course.
But where does he find his strengths, his weaknesses, all that good stuff?
All right.
Yeah, and I know we're getting set up over there for a second, but as we're getting set up, anything else you want to talk about? Anything you want to shout out? You want to talk about your channel over there, Broken TCG?
Me?
Yeah, you?
You know what? Sure.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, obviously, as you can see on the screen right in front of your face, I do have a YouTube channel, Broken TCG. I usually do Dragon Ball content up there, but I am a fan of One Piece also. And yeah, as you can see, if you go on my channel, I do have some older One Piece videos up there, but I might have to dab back into some One Piece, man.
I'm telling you.
After today, I was like, ooh, I gotta want to play.
It scratches the itch,
Yeah, because I still have my cat deck. I still have my Katakuri deck.
Well, now you can just play Timothy's list, and you can come in.
Go. See, I'm about to get the tips from
top
him.
an event. That's what I'm
about
saying.
to get the interview from him. I'm about to get my tips.
See,
there we go.
Easy.
So I can win the next event.
It better be here, and it better be you winning. All right, Katakuri. Hey, I'm just saying. But I wanted to say just a massive thank you to the Booster Box. I wanted to say a massive thank you to Jeff Foster as well for doing the production on all of this. I mean, we've had such a fun time, and as they're getting things set up and they're getting the players over, We're just getting ready, and I think he's walking away right now.
He just walk away.
Yeah.
He keeps on walking away.
I think he's getting the okay. He's bringing the player over.
yeah,
Okay, he's bringing the player over. So Jeff's gonna get everything set up here real quick. We'll be having a conversation with Timothy, our champion today, and
Just
yeah,
in a few minutes.
just
Don't go nowhere.
Yeah, don't go
okay?
anywhere. Don't
Calm
go
down.
anywhere. But wait, we can't even go anywhere, right?
I mean, we're here forever.
We're here forever, bro. No, like, yeah, it's like that.
All right.
It's like that.
I guess we're just here.
Yeah,
You
I know that for sure. We're gonna be here at least until we get a lot of this wrapped up. And yeah, oh, we're all good.
Oh, yeah.
We're all good. You want to handle it?
No, go
You
get
want
in
me?
here. Get in here. Get in here.
You want,
Get in here.
yeah. Well, you want me? You.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Come on in, my friend. Come on in. I was like, you got to get this katakuri sauce right
Oh
now.
yeah. Okay.
That's right.
I mean, I don't know where to go. You know what I'm saying?
You want? Yeah, you get it.
Oh,
You get it.
okay.
Yeah. Oh, you know what?
Well,
Slide it down.
Ian,
All right, I'll come over here.
Tim, get in here, man. Get in here.
Perfect. Look
All
at
right.
that.
You got all three of us. All right.
Bro,
perfect.
first off, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, congrats, my guy.
Nicely
Congrats,
done.
congrats.
Nicely
Wait,
done.
wait.
Dude, we were just watching your match and we were sitting there thinking like, okay, we don't know what your last card is because we couldn't see it.
Yeah.
But we kept thinking to each other, we were like, he's got reject. And if he's got reject,
yeah.
he wins.
Most
Yeah.
definitely.
Yep. And so we were like, okay, he's definitely played this out perfectly, just getting a lot of the counters out, the brulee blocks, and then what was it, the Amaru just to stay healthy so that you could go for the reject for game.
Yeah.
My God. Yeah, we were both like, he's got it.
Tell me about the brulees.
So my hand was not that good. It was all counter, and the brulee was the only like playable.
He's like, okay,
person.
here's a brulee.
At
Don't.
least this way I can do something, try and clear board, hit life, and then have something.
Yeah.
And it got some use. So
Yeah.
I think both of us were thinking, we were like, oh, he just wants to stay healthy. Like,
Yeah.
it helped. Yeah, it blocked a little bit. I didn't. Yeah, I had a lot of counter, but I was trying not to.
oh, I
miss it
know.
all,
We
yeah.
saw like 2K. 2K.
Yep.
2K. I was like, dang, he's got all the
I
Amandas,
was like, oh.
all the Satoris,
Pretty
but like,
much.
where's his board?
That's what I was
Like,
looking for too.
All right. How did you feel when you hit that Nami out the light?
So that Nami, yeah, I did not know that Nami was there.
Yeah.
It was very nice. I think I would have still been fine if it wasn't there, like if it was just
Right.
a brick, because
Yeah.
the last life was the zero cost trigger.
Oh,
So that's what I had on the very bottom.
you had set that up.
I set that up, so the Amaru on top and then the zero there. So I
Man.
felt still pretty safe.
Man, you were comfortable.
Yeah.
Comfortable. Okay, so we know that you got Gecko Moria in the last round. Do you know what your matchups, all of your matchups were for today?
Yes.
Yeah.
So round one, I played against Gecko Moria.
Yeah.
Round two, it was against Yamato.
Ooh.
Round three, it was also on feature. That was the Yanel match.
Yep.
Yeah. We
Round
saw that.
four, I played against a Katakuri. Round five, I played against another Moria. Round six was another Katakuri, and then Moria. No, actually, that wasn't Moria. Then Katakuri and the other feature, and then Moria in the finals.
Oh,
So
wow.
it was
No
all-
socks.
no socks,
No socks
which I'm
is-
very happy for.
Yeah.
I feel like
Oh, yeah.
that's a hard matchup. So
Yeah, so you basically just had Gecko and Katakuri like
pretty
all
much
day.
with this a
Yeah.
smattering of Yamato and Anel.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm about to ask, like, what
Wow.
do you think about the Yamato match?
So it depends on like what variant they're playing. I feel like as long as I can keep healthy, like against like the Wano build, I outscale them. Is like how I feel. The Sky Island one's a lot scarier because they just
Right.
spam the board and rush you down. There's nothing you can really do about it. And then the Fortress one, it just depends if I have an out to the 8 drop.
Yeah, it feels like so. I mean, now that you've won, I'm pretty sure you can give us the sauce. Do you run the 8 cost Katakuri?
I just play the one up for the 8 costs for that exact.
This is
The
exactly
one
what I
of-
thought. And so I believe I'm trying to remember his name. I want to say, was it Michael Curry that took the 2 Katakuri wins online?
I think so. That
Yeah.
sounds right.
Was it very similar to the?
So my list was like it was very
It
similar.
was like
to
an
that.
inspiration.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Got you. Yeah. Because I love that idea of the 1 Katakuri because I think it is an answer for that Fortress Yamato.
Yeah.
But also sometimes for the 8 cost Moria or even just bouncing back like
Exactly.
Onami.
For
Yeah.
any slower match, I think it's really good and helpful. And
Yeah.
then, like obviously it's searchable off of the Paris Barrows and
Right.
the pudding. So
Love that.
yeah.
Love that. Well, dude, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Massive, like
My guy.
super exciting. Super exciting. Do you happen to have the card with you?
No, the line's too long.
Oh, it's too long. All right,
Mine's too
wait.
long.
Wait.
Cut
Yeah,
everybody. You're the guy.
yeah, you just go up there and be like, hey.
It's like, I'm the
I'm
winner,
guy.
I'm that guy.
I'm the
Yeah,
guy.
He said, "Oh,
if I could, I would, but
That's fantastic. Well, man, what a fantastic event. Everybody, thank you so much for viewing and supporting. Big shout out to the Booster Box again. as well as Jeff Foster over at Esports Admins, I believe it is. And, you know, for the production, I mean, like, this was fantastic.
Crazy production.
Yeah, crazy production, just an all-around
Smooth
great time.
event.
Yep. And congratulations again.
Thank you very much.
Of
Congrats,
course.
my guy. Congrats. Till next time.
Oh, yeah.